Another episode for the nation. From yours truly, Law Nation. Without hesitations or deviations, of the matter of fact, we in this thing. Let's go. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all. Practice was good. Practice was great. Lyle Collins, he's okay. The focus and the concentration of your mind is still here. Youth versus vets, that's what we're going to talk about. Let's go. Let's go. If your birthday is this month, happy birthday to you. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that was down there at the start. Be sure to follow A to Z Sports, as well as Boss Cowboy Sports, Big Game James. Let's go. Salute to the OC. Mic check, mic check. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Shout out to you, Tiff. Appreciate you for sharing. Come on. Hey, turn me up. Come on. Stand to your feet. Let's grind. Let's go. To the goal. To the goal. Yeah, yeah. Where the HBO's at? Come on. In the SG. Yeah. Landon, I see you, fam. Danny, Natasha. Shout out to Russell Robinson. I see you, fam. Let's go. Jay Lombardi. Keep the party. Turn me up. Yeah. Yeah. Ethan, got the wine for your mind. Is that the Jerry Wine Jones version of wine? Quest Elohim. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining in for this particular episode as we talk about the youth versus the vets, and that's been going on for, I guess, a year or so out now, right? You know, everybody said, oh, we got CeeDee Lamb. Let's usher away Amari Cooper. Oh, we got Jabril Cox in Parsons. Okay, let's usher out LVE and Jalen Smith. And that's not how that works. It's not. And just because the youth showcasing fantastic abilities out there, keep in mind, depths, everything. Shout out to you, Blue Silver. Appreciate you. And as well as Jackson 2.0 and Jackson 5 if they are out there too. So we want to pump the brakes a little bit. You know, you don't want to sit out here and say, well, let's get rid of everybody. You know, no.
Hit that like button, everyone, please. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you so much. Oh, yeah. And on my Amazon page, just type in Law Nation Amazon, and you can get one of these nice little mugs. Shout out to Amazon. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. The thing is, Nashville, Tennessee. I see you, Natasha. Yeah, Tennessee in the house.
Are you not entertained?
Appreciate you, Young Wilson, for that.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah. The whole ideology of it is that we got a game tomorrow. We'll be doing the play-by-play over here, or more so of a watch party or watch-along reaction type of situation, not necessarily a play-by-play. But if you really want to see what happened in practice today, just go to my IG page. I got majority of the clips there. The one-on-ones as well as the red zone opportunities. Dak Prescott, that was the most time since practice we've seen back-to-back touchdowns. Fade ball here, a corner route. Hey, ball in the right situation there. Dak Prescott is cerebral enough to go through his reads pretty good. And I like what I'm seeing. And I do like the ideology of Diggs going into his second year. I do like the facts that, Boss Man Fat is trying to make plays, jump routes, even on some drills too, when they was doing the walkthroughs and simulating the game. Although they was not playing at full speed, they were playing pretty good. Boss Cowboy on his YouTube page as well as his Facebook, but check it out on YouTube. He captured the Nashawn Wright interception. He captured the Maurice Kennedy interception. So I love seeing that. I love it. And when we was walking around back to the opposite end, you guys just got to take my word for it. But we also seen Osiris Mitchell. You know how Randy Moss used to just mouse people? Pull the ball out of the sky so high. I mean, he just reached up and pulled the ball out of the sky. And I looked down and I said, I bet you my bottom dollar. John Beard, appreciate you. I bet you my bottom dollar that guy's wearing number 30. And guess what? He was wearing number 30. I said, man, all I can do is think about it. And I'm not trying to sully or denigrate or cast aspersions or ridicule, smear, all of those words added into one. I'm not trying to sully him. I'm not. But all I can think of, if that is Osiris Mitchell, undrafted rookie, number 14, keeping it mean, pulling the ball out of the sky, over the head of Anthony Burn, get down, Brown. All I can think of, what will Mike Evans do? What would Christopher Godwin do? Oh, what will anybody on that team do? And I don't have the best glasses or eyes or LASIK surgery contacts, whatever you want to say. I don't have the best vision of all. But I can quite frankly see that man, that veteran, he needs to go, And lo and behold, if he catch an interception week 1, force a fumble, bat a ball down, trust me, there will be a video. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as we take a deeper look at Anthony Brown, as he get down on his interception. I would do that. I will placate that thing all the way. But chances are, Cowboy Nation, chances are that we might not get a chance to see those opportunities. And I just wish that political football did not exist. But unfortunately, Anthony Brown, he must know where the dead bodies are, right? It is frustrating. Joshua, appreciate you so much. It's frustrating that the Dallas didn't, inquire Minshew with a backup quarterback that is needed. Stephen Jones need to wake up. This is from Joshua. I'm glad you mentioned that. Shout out to Miss Jackie. Beautiful lady. She was out there at the Star with us, and she feeds me all of the information in the morning. Every video that you guys see me do is from the wonderful and the lovely Miss Jackie. She feeds me in the morning the information for the nation. And I tell people this all the time. When I make it huge, big, if I hit that lottery, she's going to be on the team, right? That's a lady I can trust. And see, when she sent me that garden menu, I couldn't even read the rest of it. Here it is right here. A reliable backup quarterback, because he's not a starter. He's a backup, by the way. Cool beard or cool little mustache, whatever he was trying to do over there. But he's serviceable. He's better than a DiNucci, Cooper Rush, and Garrett. We know who's eating Gilbert's grapes. He's better than that, And to see what they gave up to get him, 6th-round draft pick, I don't think that, next year's 6th-round draft pick is something of that much value, right? But I look at it now that he's gone to the Sheagles. They got total chaos over there. Hey, it doesn't matter, whatever the numbers multiplied by 1 is still that number, right? So it is what it is. It was really, I'm not finna sit here and say, well, now they get multiples in returns. It's just that they don't trust Jalen Hurts. I love it. But player acquisition is 365, and we are accustomed to hearing. Shout out to you, Cam. Oh, Cam. Appreciate you with the K, though. Cam with the K. We understand. We understand what John Stephen Jones want. We know that. It's been going on for many a moons. How long we held on to Stephen McGee? Y'all put that in the comment box. How long was Stephen McGee stealing money? How long? How long did we had Brandon Weeden, Matthew Castle? I'm talking about an interception that was so horrible. The aficionados, they was looking and they was saying, hey, let me find my picture. I got to find my picture, man. I got to find my picture. Where the aficionados? The aficionado was like, hey, what do we call here? We just going to call intentional grounding. That's what we going to do. Shout out to you, Chris Davis. Appreciate you. What are we going to do? We're going to just say, hey, man, this is intentional grounding.
I want me some glory hole.
Shout out to you, Lincoln. Appreciate you so much. Yeah. It just one of those things. Get out the way, ref. Get out the way. Get out the way. Yeah. Get out there. Get out there, ref. Get that ref out the way. We like our guys. That's what it goes down to this. And if the Cowboys figure out a way to keep all 3 of those backup quarterbacks on this roster, the only good news would be that they are able to get a Super Bowl ring, right? Because we're going to the Super Bowl, baby. We going there, baby. We going to the Super Bowl. So that's the good news. Yeah. And everything is contingent upon and predicated upon Rain Dakota Prescott, by the way. So we'll see how this thing goes. Shout out to you, Coach Marv. What did you say? You said read your comment there. Chris Davis says Minshew is nothing special. Yeah, I agree. That's why he's a backup. That's what I'm saying. Serviceable one at that, Also Mike White. Oh yeah. I've been a Cowboy fan long enough to remember people writing pages upon pages on why Mike White is better than Rain Dakota Prescott. And go back to some of my older videos. The screen is right here. It's still there. And you can check it out and be like, yeah, that fool said, yeah, Matt White, just give him the opportunity. I ain't gonna name drop nobody's name, but just last year, multitude of Cowboy fans, and I remember their names. God bless me with the ability to have that beautiful recall as I read the comments, and I sit there and say, you really think that Benjamin Anthony DiNucci is better than Dak Prescott? Huh? And they had the whole highlights of Ben DiNucci. They had every reason why he's the better quarterback. Quick on his feet. He can evade. He goes through his reads better. Oh, he got a zip on the ball. And I kid you guys not. That is what I'm dealing with over here in Cowboys land. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. All right, so shout out to 105.3. They did a viewpoint on Amari Cooper contract scenario, and this is my guy Jeff Kavanaugh and Brian Broadus. Let's go.
And I guess I'll more so let Brian answer it with an opinion to the direct question, because I look at it and I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. You have an opportunity to restructure people because you want to save money to do something else or whatever. And he would make a lot of sense. And I don't know if it's that they don't trust the health or that they just don't feel like they have to yet. But whatever the reason, I think I have more evidence than ever. Everybody wants CeeDee Lamb to be the number one receiver on this team and be the best receiver, and I don't need Amari Cooper. And I just think in that world, you are really selling short who and what Amari Cooper is for your football team.
Facts.
I think he's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
The idea that, I could sign Michael Gallup and I have CeeDee Lamb and I don't need Amari Cooper. As long as
you got both.
As long as CeeDee Lamb is walking up to Amari and being like, hey, show me how the hell to get off the ball.
Right.
Hey, what do you Amari Cooper is a star on a fair deal. And so I'm saying all that to say I don't know the answer to your question. Because to me, he is a guy that if you wanted to free up money to do something, I don't feel like Amari Cooper's career is going to die anytime soon. I don't feel like I want Amari Cooper off my roster anytime soon. I love Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb being on the same team.
Yeah.
And I hope they're on the same team for the next, what's Coop got left, 4 more? I hope they play them out. I hope they're on the team. So I don't know is the answer.
I think you gave for a no answer, I think you gave actually a pretty good answer.
Yeah, but the question was why not restructure Amari?
Well,
my answer was I don't know.
Well, the
doesn't make sense. I think that's the point.
I think it's the question of the health. I think it's the question of, is there something that we're always going to have to deal with him, with that, with the feet and the things that he goes through, the injuries, the bumps, the bruises and stuff. He lines up and plays. There's no question about that. But are you starting to talk about durability issues at a position where he needs his feet?
Yeah, and he had off-season surgery and to do some corrective surgery on his ankle. And we know how that goes. But I've seen people say, hey, Amari Cooper is injury prone. And I'm sitting there like, where did he miss the game at last season? I think that he was one of the guys that stayed healthy all season last year. So, and he was approaching to knocking down some of the Cowboys' elite records there with quarterbacks playing musical chairs in that situation. So it goes to what Jeff was saying earlier. As long as Amari Cooper is still training and telling people that's on this team, hey, this is how you get off your release. This is what I do, half body, or you can do full body off your release on this point. Hey, at the top of the route, this is what I dip low and I get off of my jab step right here. Then he's still a valuable asset to your team. He is. So that vet versus youth on that, let both of those combine. Let both of those work itself out. Now, on the other end, the flip side of everything, when you look at Michael Gallup, you could just sit back and either pay him early, and that's a gamble. It's a gamble I would normally say that this is a conundrum because of the fact that on one end, you got Michael Gallup, that if you pay him early, you don't know what you're going to get, right? But you can go back and look at the historic data and say, okay, this is the type and caliber of player he is, right? Or on the other end, you let this young kid play out this season. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the year, if he plays lights out, then you're going to have to sit back and say, damn, let me just slap myself now. Because now I got to pay him a king's ransom, or I let him go. One of the things that I realized with the Dallas Cowboys, they 9 times out of 10, they get into the fisticuffs and they battle. Now, they hold on to a player long enough and they don't do the trade scenarios. Shout out to you, Alex. Appreciate you so much for your love and adulations. Yeah. Jay Will, appreciate you. Shout out to you. Trips Aces, appreciate you. So it goes a long way, not a short way, how all of this stuff shake. Come on, AI. She's late today, but let's go ahead and play.
And when he's healthy, of course, he's one of the best players there is. But when not healthy, when he has to fight through things, there's some concern there about that, of him having to deal with all that he goes through. And I think
shout out Lil Elisha, Nika, Lil Pookie, Lil Ritza, Glowing Star.
Thank you so much for that.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Appreciate you so much for that. And that I'm always going to smile when that happens. Appreciate you, Alex, so much for your shots out there. Lil Shaniqua. That's Shaniqua, by the way, and Pookie and Ray Ray. Yeah, and Lil Ritza. Where Kamika at? Appreciate you, though. Thank you so much. Let's go with it. How's it? Hey, Dominique, is this good over here? It's all good.
That's the one thing keeping them from doing stuff with him, is the fact that they're not completely sure of his long-term health.
Well, I hear that, and it's been a concern for me. And that's interesting because I think he's done a great job managing it.
He has. He has. But you say, you're going, well, Broadus, what about Tyron Smith and what about all that,
Other guys have been hurt.
Yeah, that's, to me, it doesn't make sense when you think about, flipping switches for Tyron Smith, or if you have to do something with Lyle Collins. I think that's the next big thing we need to keep an eye on, by the way. But to me, it's Amari. They're just looking at him as like, man, how long can he really play? Is the feet and plantar fasciitis and stuff, is that going to come back? Is that going to be a problem? Are we always going to have to work on him? That kind of thing. I think there's some legitimate concerns there, but like you said, he plays through a lot of things.
So maybe the explanation is kind of like actions are louder than words, or more accurate than words, because they'll tell you no long-term concerns. I mean, they did extend him. They did give him a long-term extension.
They traded one for him, and then they gave him $20 million a year.
So, those are really strong actions, but they tell us, oh, no.
Even in that extension, though, remember, they let him reach free agency.
They went
to
the football team.
Hey, before they get into that, I didn't get a chance to hear this full episode. But you know how people say, hey, if you really like the Cowboys, take the discount. Take the discount. You're supposed to be about the silver and blue to the day you die. We don't die, we multiply. That type of stuff. You can say that by majority of those players, but Amari Cooper, shoot. Washington team was offering him $24 to $25 million. He said, nah, I'm good. Let that sink in. He took the Cowboys deal for $20. And please don't give me that property. There's no what's it called? Income. There's no income. No state taxes in Texas. Shoot. Trust me, when you stay out here, I would rather pay state taxes than all of this property taxes and ISDs. There's a lot of money. out here in Texas. They figure out how to recoup that tax money. So, no. That tax law is crazy. But you don't get a break by not paying state taxes in Texas. You got to live here to know it because those property taxes, woo! And the thing that they call ISDs, I was saying, when I pull up that statement, I said, what the hell is an ISD? Appreciate you, Robert Vance. I said, what the hell is an ISD? Oh, Independent School District. Law Nation paid $5,000 for independent school district. My child go to a private school, so you mean to tell me I'm paying double? That's just the ISDs. Boy, the Texas boy, I'm telling you guys, oh man, we go over here, no Texas. No. In Mississippi, you don't pay all of that, but it is what it is. So don't tell me that's the difference of $4 to $5 million. That's what people tell you that don't live in the state. But man, Amari Cooper is a real one. Oh, it's the same, Jennifer. It's the same in Florida. Man, look, man.
Yeah,
they had their terms, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll do this." It wasn't like we want you no matter what. They let that dude literally reach free agency and get offered more money, and we're like, "No, we're not going to match that." But if you want this,
right? He turned down more money with the football team to come back,
Facts.
And so they were in their mind, they were okay with him moving on.
Yeah,
facts.
Well, maybe that foot injury is a little something where they're like, this could end the career early, and we don't want to be so on the hook for it. Whenever things don't add up, I imagine there is a piece of information internally that we're just not going to be made available or privy to until it's over. Is it possible they look at it like, man, we're really up against the cap. Amari has a great contract. It would be tradable. We might not get a high pick, but someone would be willing to pick up on that contract. So as long as we have Amari Cooper, we're one trade away from, totally flipping and transitioning in as far as how we're managing our cap.
Yeah, his contract is the fourth ranked contract out of 346 receivers that play in the league.
I think you could trade Coop for at least a 2. Because he's worth that contract.
But you gave up a 1 for him. And I know that that's time removed, but let's be real with it. Giving up Cooper for a 2, and are you talking about a player plus a 2? Then maybe we can entertain that. But then you still have to pay the person. I just think that Amari Cooper's value is greater than a second-round draft pick. At this point, greater than a third-round draft pick. I just, to me, that value level. And I get it. We can look at some receivers that were drafted in the second round, right? And we'll say, well, we could go out there and get that particular guy. But no. Cam says he would give Coop 2 more years. Yeah, then you can entertain that 2 more years from now. What, he's like 20? He's 26. He'll be 28 now. 2 more years from here, close to 29. Then you can start willing and dealing it, because at that point, Lamb would be like, okay, I emerge. I'm here. I'm here now. Jay Will, appreciate you. $20 million is a lot. They don't want to get rid of him. Yeah, but I think what the panel is saying, that basically the Cowboys said, okay, hey, if you think that you are, worthy of a better contract outside of Texas, then lo and behold, suit yourself. But this is our offer. This is what we got on the table. Like it or leave it. And they won. But one thing I can tell you, after they high-fived each other, they probably say, shoot, this is the philosophy. This is the philosophy. And they're going to play the same hardball. They're going to play the same hardball with probably Michael Gallup. Yeah, so that's the situation there.
What's happening now in front offices, Jeff, and we've experienced that the last several years, you don't need to trade for a wide receiver.
Right.
Because what's happening.
You say that, but you think if let's just say, let's have fun here. The Cowboys are 0-5, and Devontae Adams blows out an Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay will trade for a receiver.
No, and yeah, I mean, to me though, but Green Bay won't trade for a receiver because they wouldn't use a one for a receiver.
Right, but I think
I understand what you're saying.
There's a team out there that would at least give a second-round pick for Amari.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. But you've paid all this money. You've fully guaranteed money of over $40 million to this guy.
Right.
And so now you're going to say, oh, I'm going to take a 2 for him? You know, I don't think that overall is very good football myself. But I just feel like the teams are looking at these wide receivers and they're thinking, yeah, we have to pay him, but – you know, look at like one of the best ones, and maybe because that guy got shipped off to Tennessee because he was broken down and beat up, and the money was too much and all that.
Well,
but what'd he go for? Like a 3 and a 5?
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't what you
at 8.
Brothers. Julio Jones is a monster. Don't get it twisted. I like Julio. Well, Julio, what, 33, 34 years of age? How old is Julio? Y'all put down Julio's age in the comment. Because, and granted, for them to still get those resources, that would still be good when Amari Cooper get to that time frame of his age life. And if we could still get a 3 and a 5 or something like that, that would be good then. Yeah. Also, he's 31, 32-ish. Yeah, so he's like 5-6 years older, you know, or more than Amari Cooper. It just seems like Amari Cooper got that struggle face a little bit. He kind of got that when he grew the po-chop beard out. He looked a little older than what he appears to be, and he's a quiet soul. He don't talk a lot, so he got that wisdom type of situation. You know, I looked like a preemie baby when I was 25 and 26, you know. And that's doggone more than 10 years ago, boy. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. That was many years ago. Yeah.
Age 32.
Yeah. And Amari's 27 years old.
He's 27.
I know he's a lot. It's younger than Jones there, but man.
And maybe that's just another way to make the same point, which is leave Amari Cooper on my team.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
leave
got
him.
in a Twitter discussion with folks the other day about this. The guy's like, you got to trade and move on and all that. And I'm thinking, and I think about doing the show with you, Gavin, and you're like, well, if I can move on from him. And I'm like, man, I just don't know if I could trade my best player at the position. I just don't. In my mind,
it's not a good way to win games.
Yeah, I couldn't do
Ask
that.
the Raiders how that went with Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
They want to take backs 3 years later.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I can't do that with Amari.
So what do you
Put it like this. Somebody say, how old are you, Law? I'm older than Jason Witten. And trust me, Jason Witten, he's been around the league for a long time, and I'm older than Jason Witten. How about that?
think happens next March? Do they flip the switch?
Only
Could
about a
they be
couple of
moving
months,
on?
though, you know.
It's fascinating to me if you're desperately up against a cap situation and you're like, no, we're good. We don't. It's like they want to maintain their flexibility with his contract for one reason or another.
Pardon my ignorance on Dak's contract, but I think they would do Dak's contract before they would do Amari Cooper's.
Ooh, that's a good observation. Yeah. But that contract, I just think that, boy, they might not touch that contract until year 3. It'll just be too soon. Right. Jason Witten looked 52. Oh my goodness, man. Shout out to Jason Witten though. You know, us 80s babies. You know how this thing goes. So that was that on that. Also, Barry Church, he was on 105.3 The Fan, and he talked about the youth, and we're going to go through that. But let me pump this over here for those who want to listen to that interview without interruptions there. Feel free to click on that link, and you can listen to the entire interview. And keep in mind, we will have the phone lines open shortly after we play this one. So the phone line still stays the same, and you guys know I always give that first caller ample enough time to spit your mind, but we'll have the phone lines open today to get your thoughts. Let's go.
Something to welcome Barry into the safe space for the very first time ever, first of hopefully many, And let's see how it is. We're all hearing it for the very first time as we welcome in Barry Church.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listening from all around the world, I present to you number 42, Barry Church.
Oh, man, they crock over there, baby.
That's strong. Barry, you like that?
Yeah.
He likes it.
Yeah.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome. That's the
dope.
introduction I would expect out of Zero back there. That was awesome. And look, fellas, man, I know I had a blunder. The babysitter backed out on me, so I got daddy duties. I was supposed to be there with y'all. I was supposed to be in person for our first date. I was going to let you guys serenade me, but looks like we're going to have to do it over the phone. And it's going to be awesome, though. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make it awesome.
No, I have no doubts that you will. I just want to know how former Dallas Cowboy Barry Church can't land a babysitter. I mean, what's going on with this?
Who do we need to hurt?
Hey, man, those babysitters hard to find, man. And care.com, you can only, they be negotiating on care.com. It's like when you looking for them, I kid you not, you put it out there for $13 an hour, that ain't gonna work. And then if you put it out there for $15 to $20 an hour, that still ain't gonna work because they be getting scooped up. They be getting really scooped up. And, I'm from Mississippi. We used to have Big Mama somewhere, But by me being down here, you don't know nobody. So you sitting there and you got to look at everybody like this, But shout out to care.com and all of those other websites out there. So in Texas, it's hard to find a babysitter, man. I ain't going to even lie to y'all, man. It's hard, Appreciate you, Dallas Cowboys for life. Appreciate you. Yeah, let me see. Come on, AI. Where you at, lady? Yeah. So I understand Barry Church, and then we still in that quasi-pandemic type of stuff, and you want to make sure that everybody is sane that come to your house. And I believe we watch too much Law and Order. If you watch a lot of Law and Order, you kind of suspicious of the babysitters, right? Right? Let me know. Let me know if I'm lying. Come on, AI. Where you at? There she go. Come on, there she go. What you got to say?
Hi, Mr. Law Nation. How are you doing? Hope you and fam is doing great. I haven't heard back from you. This is Aunt. I was the one who offered to take a fan to a Cowboy game.
Oh, okay. Which week are you trying to take a fan to the Cowboys game? And when you text me, I just been so busy. I promise you, I read the text, but which list of, and I thank you so much for your donation there. That goes a long way, and to help somebody get to the game, that's remarkable. What are the qualifications? Like, how do you want to do that? I can pull names from the membership club. I can pull names from those who made the donations, or I can do the random follower deal there. I got a machine that I can just plug in random subscribers to the account. We can do it that way. So come up with a plan, and that way we can get somebody out there to the game, especially if you're in the Dallas area and you've never been to the game in Arlington. It's a whole different vibe. That TV screen is really that TV screen. It's a big one, and I'm quite sure that somebody's watching right now would not like to go to the game, but would love to go to the game. And then we got to understand, too, will it be a one-off, Dallas Cowboys for life? If it's just the individual, or is it the husband and wives, Pookie and Ray Ray? All of that stuff plays a role, too. So let me know how you want to do that. And we can sit down and go over that via text, or you can call in to the show again and see how we can do that. Savage Time for your mind said he want to go. Paul says he's here. So military and friends, we all love the vets, So we got to figure that out. First timers,
Out there, Barry.
I mean, I might have to put a hit on somebody. That's all I know.
Well, Barry, first off, I got to say you did a fantastic job, and you're doing a fantastic job working with our buddy Ari Temkin during the pre and post. But you also work with another one of our good friends, Kyle Yeomans, there at DallasCowboys.com. Yeah, okay, the man. So, I mean, which one's the bigger bleep hole to work with? Let's pull the curtain back. Is it Ari or is it Kyle?
Got to be Yeomans.
Well, neither of them are a-holes out here. I mean, they're both great guys to work with. I mean, Cal, he's always showing you guys love. When I told him I was getting on the nosebleeds, I mean, he was all geeked up for it. I talked to him today, so he gave you guys nothing but love. So, I mean, and Ari's the man. I mean, what can I say? He makes that job so easy because he just throws them up to me. It's like an alley-oop out there, and all I got to do is respond. So, Ari, they're both geniuses at what they do, and I'm glad I get to work with both of those guys.
Yeah, they're both fantastic. We love them both, and you're crushing it, man. But I got to ask you, let's go with your expertise before we get into more with this Cowboys football team, but the safety position. And I know Ari's been joking with you, hey, it's 2021 and the Cowboys are still looking for a safety since Barry Church left and went to Jacksonville. But what have you seen so far with Donovan Wilson now? Finally, looks like he's going to get a starting job after he played pretty well last year. Damontae Kazee, haven't gotten to see a lot of Malik Hooker, but what do you think about the Cowboys safety position heading into this year?
Man, look, I really think that this is the deepest that this unit has been in a very long time. I mean, you got three very, very solid safeties, a young one in Donovan Wilson, who, like you just mentioned, coming off of last year, he had a good end of the season last year. He got a full offseason under his belt this offseason. He's playing well at camp, and I think he has that position locked up. I mean, I was looking at the first Hall of Fame game, and my guy was over there in a hat and some t-shirt, and I'm like, hold on, man, when did guys that early in their career be able to just skip out on preseason games? But I guess when you got the position locked down, you can do what you want over there. So he got that strong safety locked down. But the free safety, that's the position I'm looking at right now that's the most intriguing, because you got a battle between two that when healthy, I'm talking about Kazee and Hooker now. When healthy, those guys can play the free safety position at an extremely high level. And right now they're both flying on all cylinders. I'd have to give Kazee a little nod because he knows the system. He's played under Dan Quinn. He had his best year as a safety under Dan Quinn when he led the NFL in interceptions with 10 interceptions in 1 year. And I feel like they both bring great high hole safety with them. I mean, they can play that high hole safety with the best of them when healthy. So we're going to have to see how that shakes out. I'm not sure whoever loses this position battle, if we're going to be able to keep both of them, but they're both on team-friendly deals. So it's going to be a great, interesting battle to see how that thing shakes out. But like I said, I mean, this is the deepest this safety unit has been in a long time.
Hey, Barry don't know how to speak lies. Man, he speak nothing but the truth. So y'all go to his Twitter handle, y'all go to his Facebooks and pages throughout the social medias and say, man, Law said, man, you the truth, man. or just say, man, I'm telling you, you the truth, dog, because he just cuts it right down the middle. And regardless of what is left, that is what you're going to get. It's nothing sugar-coated. He ain't sprinkling none of that fake stuff on it. He's spitting the truth at you. Now, the thing is, with the safety situation, because we've been bitten by this for so many times, the moment we think that we are okay, there's an injury. A la even this past week, we got Donovan Wilson with a groin injury. And those things can just snap up at any time. And normally they snap up at the wrong time. You be running out there, then all of a sudden you be holding it. Like, oh, my goodness. And you seen somebody run a 9 round or deep 7 on you, and you just used and abused, and you pull that groin. So that part of his body, he got to make sure that it's completely healed, because we don't want to see that, right? We don't want to see somebody gimping. So I look at it like Damontae Kazee as well as Malik Hooker, you got to figure it out. Somebody going to get the short straw, but dog it, at this long course of the year, somebody ain't going to make it anyway. That's just how it goes. So now you're playing the law of average. But what we trying to do with the youth is that we're trying to groom and make betterments of Makamo. We want Israel or Izzy to fill in and learn and soak in all of that good stuff that Hooker is providing, as well as KZ.
Barry Church with us here in the nosebleed seats. Now, we're all very excited about the potential of this defense being much better than it was last season. But, I mean, how much improvement can one defense really make in a matter of one offseason? You add a couple new faces. The coaching staff certainly much different on the defensive side of the ball. But really, realistically, how much improvement can you expect just with one offseason?
Tell them, Church.
I'm not going to say they're going to make a jump into the top 10, which I don't think they need to be a top 10 defense with that, explosive offense that we have. I think they just need to be in the middle of the pack, anywhere between, 13 and 16th in the league. And I think they can do that. I mean, they got to be much better than they were last year with that whole malarkey thing that went down last year. But I think with a full offseason for Dan Quinn to put his stamp on this program. And if you see the draft, his fingerprints are all over this draft. They got
channel member who has never been to Cowboy game. Hope they can be in the Texas area to make it much easier. It will be a division game. I was looking at week 3 against Suck Eagles or the New York Giant game. I also text you my phone number.
Most certainly. Well, for the donation to help elevate the nation, I really appreciate you. For the $50 off the top rope.
This is sport! Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Appreciate you so much for that, Dallas Cowboys for life, man. It goes a long way, man. That's a third of the way right there with 50. My goodness. So what I'm going to do, we got channel members. I'm going to do it live. We going live with it. My next live video, I'm going to compile all of the names for the people that's on my Law Nations membership. I'm going to copy your name down and on an Excel spreadsheet, and we're going to take it to the wheel. And for those that's on my Facebook support group, I got about 45 there. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to take your names, and this project log going to be up all night for this. Put your name in the bucket, and we're going to go to my Patreon, because I got to do Patreon. Y'all been holding it down, and like 5 million pounds for like the Patreon members. You see that it's scrolling at the bottom. You get early access to majority of my film sessions, and then on top of that, you get early access to some of the Hard Knocks stuff, although you can find Hard Knocks floating around on YouTube, but we don't know how long those videos are going to be there. But you can go to the Law Nations Patreon, and you can click there, and you can watch those episodes there. However, those names that's on the Patreon list and the membership squad that's on this YouTube channel, as well as the supporters group on Facebook group, I'm going to compile all of your names, and we're going to put you in the bucket, and we're going to do a drawing. Now, you said into week 3. So what I'm going to do is, how can I do this one? Okay. I'm trying to think. When your name is drawn, I'm going to do it. It's going to be live, so we make sure that we're not, cherry picking this thing. When your name is drawn, all I want you to do is to text me at 682-214-4087 and say, hey, I'm the winner. And then I'm going to verify it and everything. And then we're going to get you in the connections with Dallas Cowboys for life. On top of that, you got 48 hours to respond. And if not within 48 hours, we're going to start that thing all the way over again. Is that fair? Is that reasonable? Cowboy Nation, let me know. If it's fair and reasonable, let me know, and let me type yes in the comment box, and we'll do it that way. Now, for those who don't have a lot of remuneration, not a lot of money in your pockets, it's only 99 pennies to join the Patreon. It's only 99 pennies to join the Cowboys, my membership squad here on the YouTube page. And for my Facebook group, it's only $1.99. So those are the prices. So I'm not telling you where to go, but you can always strengthen your chances by being part of all three of them, you know, because your name is going to go in there 3 times for your mind. How about that? Is that fair and reasonable? Appreciate you. Yeah, a lot of people say, yeah, so we're going to do it that way. Dallas Cowboys for life. Now all you got to do is deliver, baby. I'm going to draw it up and I'm going to submit it and I'm going to put it in your hands. Yeah, let's go.
It was like 8 of the 11 draft picks were all defensive players.
Appreciate you again for that 50.
Fingerprints are all over this defense right now, and to me, they seem to be believing in this guy. I mean, if you look at it on tape, it jumps out how fast these guys are flying around. You don't see a lot of, pointing the fingers, what's going on here, what's going on there. These guys are flying. They understand the playbook. They understand what's being asked of them from Dan Quinn, and they're going out there and they're playing well. I mean, this linebacking core, D-line, secondary, all included. They're flying around like their hair is on fire. And what impresses me the most is they're gang tackling out there. Last year there was a lot of try to one-on-one tackles in the open field, and to me that's one of the hardest things to do in the National Football League is to get one of these shifty guys down in the open field. You got to have gang, you got to have numbers, that gang mentality, and that's what these guys are doing so far. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 hats at the ball at each time. Everybody's striping for the ball, ripping it out.
Facts.
The first 2 preseason games, there was 2 takeaways. And last year, we know this defense struggled in taking the ball away, and that was one of the main reasons that they were terrible. So, for me, I don't think these guys need to make an extreme leap into the top 10 where I'm talking about these guys just were off the charts. I think they need to be in the middle of the pack. And so far, I think Dan Quinn's done an amazing job, and I think they can achieve that middle of the pack style defense.
I love, you use the words fast there, and the speed definitely seemed like this offseason, the defense, that's what they wanted. They wanted to add speed and definitely some size, but speed was, with every addition they made, specifically Micah Parsons, they wanted to make that defense faster. And looking at the elite defense that you had in Jacksonville when you were able to go to an AFC championship game, what always just jumped out was just the speed on the field. How much of an impact can just adding that improvement to team speed have for a defense?
I think it's night and day, man. I think it's night and day because when you have speed like that at all 3 levels, I'm talking about D-line, linebackers, and secondary, it creates that gang mentality that I talked about earlier. When you got guys running like that, it's not just one guy that's, popping off the tape. It's a whole bunch of guys, and you get multiple hats to the ball. That's what makes defense easy. When you got 3 or 4 guys on one ball carrier, he's not going to shake. That's how you limit big plays, and that's what we struggled with last year. We gave up too many explosive plays. Over 10 yards a run or over 20 yards on the pass. We gave up way too many of that. And when you add speed to the defense, when you make the defense faster, you limit those plays. You limit those yards after the catch. And I think that's what killed us last year, along with the run, which was, our run defense last year was atrocious. And this year it's got to be a lot better, and I think it will with the speed that we have on defense. Even though that Neville Gallimore injury, I think, is going to be huge, and we need a lot of guys to step up on the interior, like Brent Urban and Bohanna and those guys. But overall, I think this defense is going to be a lot better because of that speed that they added and that sideline-to-sideline ability that a lot of our linebackers have. We haven't had that in a long time, and we need it, and we got it right now with Parsons and Keanu O'Neal, and those guys are flying around right now. So I don't see us making a huge leap, but I see us at least getting in the middle of the pack, and that speed is going to help us out a lot.
Barry Church with
Yes, indeed. Barry Church with the unbelievable information out there, especially talking about speed of the game and the understanding. It's the speed and also with the philosophy of the game. Dallas Cowboys for life with another one. Man, I'm telling you, as soon as the AI speak, but I'm going to just do this one right now.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah. You're getting all of the buttons. You wearing these buttons out over here. Appreciate you. Let the AI speak.
Yes, when the Lord blessed you, give back to the universe. This is totally from me. Just to put smile on someone's face. I am also going to be at there.
Look at that.
TB12 say hello to RG94 and Micah. Go Cowboys.
Who that? I didn't see that one. The lunatic. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Are you not entertained?
I want me some glory hole.
Appreciate both of y'all, man. Oh, my goodness. The nation is growing crazy over here. We got people just sprinkling blessings over here just to see the smile on another Cowboy's face. Just look at this right here. How glorious it will be when we lift that Lombardi trophy, you will not just see smiles on the faces, but you will see tears of joy from me, because I know I won't be able to hold it back. And I just feel like this year, call me crazy, but I just feel like, hey, man, it's going to happen this year. Think about this. People were saying, Noah, crazy, man. He's building that ark. He's building a boat and it haven't rained in many of years. What is he doing? You know? But when it started raining, they were looking at it like, hey, dog, can I get on that boat? It's too late. It's too late, Cowboy Nation. And that is what Cowboys right here is saying. The Dallas Cowboys for life. That's what he's saying. My goodness. Shout out to you, Ryan Kennedy. Appreciate you for subscribing. Let's listen to the rest of this interview.
With us here on The Fan. Now, I want to go back to your rookie year, undrafted 2010 out of Toledo. Was it what was the welcome to the NFL moment for Barry Church, where he's like, holy hell, I am not at Toledo anymore?
Well, it would have to be that very first preseason game. And it was my rookie year, like you mentioned, and we were going against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I had the understanding that those starters were going to play. I'm sitting there thinking, this is going to be, me versus another bunch of college guys out there, so I should be fine, because none of our starters were playing. But then I lined up out there. I see Ocho Cinco out there. I see Carson Palmer right there. I'm like, hold on, I thought these guys weren't even playing. And then they snapped the ball, and I swear Ocho Cinco's feet were moving at the speed of light. Like, I was like, what in the heck is going on here? This dude was mixing everybody up. So I'm like, man, hold on. Am I really ready for this? So it was that moment. And then also, I was a rookie playing a little bit of defense here and there, and we went up to Minnesota at the time. And I thought, okay, I'm getting some burn on defense. This NFL thing ain't too hard. And one of the defenses we had, I had to actually line up at corner and play kind of like a cover 2 corner to get a jam on a receiver. Well, when I go out there, to get my press position on and say, like, all right, I'm gonna put this receiver in the sidelines, here jots out Randy Moss.
Woo! Now beat a champ. WK1, we gonna beat D champs. DC4L.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Week 1. I know my guy Vach Lombardi with the party. He's been beating on the table. We gonna beat that, out of the Buccaneers, and I sit there like, yeah. We should beat them, if you look at everything of what we can bring to the table, yeah. But he's speaking boldly, with it. And I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love everybody, man. And we're going to beat I got to call the game. So I wish I had those bold convictions of the heart. But I'm just telling you guys, we're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. But as far as that week 1, as long as we compete, that's my mindset. I don't want to see us get blown out. I just want to see competition, compete. Whether we win by 1 or lose by 1, man, that beat of the heart is going to be bumping, baby. But I want the competition to compete. That's what we want. We want these guys to compete.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What? Go line up on the other side. Wait, give me somebody else. Here comes Randy Moss. And he kind of he had it like looked at me like I wasn't even there. He kind of just looked over my helmet, just didn't even notice I was there. And at the snap of the ball, I tried my hardest to jam this dude. And you ever heard the expression, if you reach, the other person teaches?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what happened. I reached for Randy Moss. He might have slapped my hand so hard, I fell down to my knees. I look up. Randy Moss is about 20 yards down the field with that signature, put my hand in the air and just throw the ball. But luckily we had a great defensive rush from DeMarcus Ware and Jay Ratliff and those boys, so the completion never happened. But when I saw that, I was like, well, there goes that defense. Don't ever put me at corner again.
Yeah, I want you, Barry, right now to call out that defensive coordinator. Was it Rob Ryan? Who was the schmuck defensive coordinator that said, hey, Barry, go from your strong safety position, go line up one-on-one on the outside with Randy Moss.
Appreciate you, C. Brown. Thank you so much for your donation there. Thank you. And you didn't leave a comment there, but I really appreciate you for that, and as well as Kelly. Appreciate
what to expect in the last preseason game?
The expectations. This will be the DiNucci Super Bowl, the Brandon Knox Super Bowl, the Jaquan Hardy. I just expect him to have his glasses on and catch the ball, for crying out loud, and to compete. this would be the guys that's on the bottom end of the roster to figure out how they can make this team. The special team aspect of it, we need a big pump return or kick return. These guys need to play lights out. So the expectations of this particular team, it's not, you can't look for the win. No. It will just be a feel-good story if we win. But what we're looking for are the individuals, whoever we had like a stretching desire to say, okay, maybe we can sneak them on the practice squad. But maybe this game will change our minds on that. So I need to see another good game from Bradley and I. I've been hearing echoes of other things of what the Cowboys staff may do. So we need to see that. We need to see some of the guys that's on the low end of this team to really make some plays. Tyler Cole, if he want to have a shot at it, and I know he's on the outside looking in because this team just been so competitive in that defensive back category. Those guys going to have to make this team. To me personally, I need to see Greg the leg. I need to see him make a kick. He'll be one of the guys that will be starting on this team, by the way. So we will be looking and wanting to see whether or not this guy can make a kick, for crying out loud. As we were walking into practice today, I was telling my guy Scott Walker, I don't want to even know who our long snapper is. It's McQuaid or something like that, number 44. I don't even want to know who he is. And I want that to continue. Yeah, so that's what my expectation of the preseason. Yeah, Josh Ball is well enough to play tomorrow. Just from Jennifer. I saw him working the chords today. I got a quick video. I don't know if I posted it on my Twitter, but let me see. Did I post it on my Twitter? Hold on. Bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Bear with me. Josh Ball. Let's go right here. Yeah. I didn't post it. It must was still uploading. But Basham, he's working the chords. Y'all see him working the chords. We need Basham to show us something, if he's able to play. If he's able to play. Yeah, that's a little loud there. But outside of that, we'll find out what we can do. No, this is actually Cowboys blue. This is actually Cowboys blue. Got it from the pro shop, Cowboys got this shade of blue. We seen, I think day before yesterday, we saw Diggs wear this blue.
Moss, fire him now. Is he still in the league?
No, it was definitely Rob Ryan. Though.
Yes.
He had those exotic defenses that were like, all right,
Rob
we're going to put
Ryan.
this guy here. We're going to put that guy there. And he had
let me rewind.
And I went out there and tried. And
Harry, go from your strong safety position. Go.
The completion never happened, but when I saw that, I was like, well, there goes that defense. Don't ever put me at corner again.
Yeah,
so,
I want you, Barry, right now to call out that defensive coordinator. Was it Rob Ryan? Who was the schmuck defensive coordinator that said, hey, Barry, go from your strong safety position, go line up one-on-one on the outside with Randy Moss. Fire him now. Is he still in the league?
No, it was definitely Rob Ryan. Though.
Yeah.
He had those exotic defenses that were like, all right, we're going to put this guy here. We're going to put that guy there. And he had me thinking I could really do it. And I went out there and tried and got embarrassed. But, luckily the completion wasn't there.
So is there anybody on the Cowboys roster this year when you look at undrafted rookie free agents that you're pulling for, anybody that's caught your eye that you're hoping can make this team?
He's not. He was drafted actually, but it was close to being undrafted. He was a 6th-round pick in Israel. I don't want to destroy his last name. Mukwamu. Yeah, he's not undrafted, but he's a low-round guy. And when I saw him out there in OTAs, he's a bigger safety, 6'4". He's lean. He got great feet out there. Great feet, great hands, and I think he can cover well as well because he came from that corner position in Georgia. So I'm thinking, you know what, this guy got a little something. Through camp, he's been up and down here and there in these preseason games. He hasn't really made a big splash or anything like that. So hopefully, this last game against Jacksonville, he'll get a lot of PT out there, and he'll be able to show his worth to try to make this team. So I've been pulling for him from the beginning. But like I said, this safety unit is extremely deep. So if he doesn't, show out on special teams, it's going to be hard for my guy to make the squad.
Oh, my gosh. Izzy, he posted on his Instagram. He went to the Madden. The kids look up the Madden ratings and things like that, and he looked up his Madden, and he saw where the Madden had him as cornerback. And he posted below that, as I should be, or where I should be. Yeah. The kid don't want to play safety, but we are playing them at safety. Now, sometimes when you go into the league, you just don't do what you want to do. You do what coaches tell you to do and where they see fit for you to play. But I just hope that this is not a Reggie Robinson type of situation, whereas, Reggie was supposed to be a cornerback, but they put him at a safety situation. And then next year, he got an injury. Now he's on IR. So hopefully he will return next year to the team since we hold some of his rights. But it goes to show you that sometimes you don't get what you want. And shout out to Miss Jackie again. I thank you so much for your love and adulations. I see you in the chat over there. And like I said, all of my information, a third of my information for sure, come from you in the morning time. And the words of encouragement goes a long way. I really appreciate you, Miss Jackie. So, Izzy, I just don't think that another team will say, man, you know what? We ain't going to take that risk on him. So if the Cowboys waive him, it could be a possibility that another team scoop him up.
Barry, this has been a real treat for us, man. Really can't thank you enough for taking the time to join us. And actually, I'm sorry. As I was just about to wave you off, looks like Walchuk's got one more question for you. Go ahead there, Walchuk.
What's your secret with the pork chops?
Secret with the pork chops? Oh, man, that's a question you got to ask my wife. I'm terrible with the pork chop game. It's terrible. So I ain't got no type of secret to it. You got something for me I need to know?
I'm in search of it. I've been in search. We asked everybody we have on for the first time, what's the secret with the pork chops? Broadus has given me the best answer thus far, but we're just going to have Mrs. Church on next time.
Broadus said applesauce. It's about the applesauce that you like. You marinate them in or something
in
like
the
that.
marinade, yes. Something in the marinade, and also you got to turn it over to the side, and you got to cook the edges as well. And then we've also had a bunch of texts come in, 877-881-1053 on the Autoflex Leasing fan text. But there's no one consensus on how to cook a good pork chop. I think everybody's got their own little secrets, but I love finding out yours.
Hey, I'm telling you, I would trust Broadus, man. That dude, when it comes to cooking, when it comes to throwing down, he's awesome, man. He's awesome. He's I don't know if you guys eat crawfish or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I've heard his crawfish are to die for. They're magical. And next time he has a crawfish boil, I will be in attendance. So I listen to him when it comes to cooking, man. I know that dude knows what he's doing, throwing down in the kitchen now.
All right, Barry, let me ask you this. Was that pork chop question the single worst question you've ever been asked since you've joined the media?
It was definitely top three. Definitely top three.
Heck yeah.
Barry, this has been a real treat, brother. Thank you.
That was a good call from Barry, man, from 105.3 The Fan, Nosebleed. And we're going to post their link in their description there, so that you guys can listen to the entire episode without me pausing and rewinding and all of that. Phone number is at the top of the screen there. If you feel free to call in, 657-390-7391. That's the number. Let me see if I can type it in over here so that you guys can also see it on the YouTube if you can barely see it on the screen there. Really appreciate everybody for jumping in. The hot line for mine. That's the line. That's the line right there. Yeah. So we'll do it that way, and then I'll pin it to the top. How are you guys doing today? How everybody's doing so far? You guys been drinking your water, your alkaline water? You guys been getting some sunlight? We got, it's official. We got Coach Marv in the house. You live.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to
Got a list couple of things I want to talk to you about, and a slogan that I think the Cowboys should go with, because I think this last preseason game, some of these guys have earned their stars already on their helmet. Some of these guys are trying to earn their stars, and the stars stand for S, speed, play fast, T, toughness, play physical, A, availability, always be available, and R, be relentless. So if they earn that star, they'll be those 4 things.
So hold on, let me see.
Hopefully,
speed, toughness, ability, availability, and relentless. I'm gonna have to write that one down. Yeah, that's good.
So if they earn their star, we know they fit those 4 criteria. Mm-hmm. But I really want I like what you the church interview. Church part of some very good things. I think I talked to about that about speed. Mm-hmm. I think the Cowboys have really increased their speed, and that's going to pay dividends. I did disagree on one thing, and I think a lot of people have been talking about this, about the Cowboys defense don't need to be in maybe the middle of the pack. Well, I'm a history buff, Law, and the Cowboys have never played an NFC championship game or won a Super Bowl or lost a Super Bowl without a defense that was ranked either 10 or better in their history. So in their history, they have never played in one of those games, a championship type of game, without their defense ranking 10 or better. So, and Church should know this. That he played on a Jacksonville team that had a dominant defense with a quarterback. I can't even remember his name. I don't think he's in the NFL anymore.
I think it's Blake Bortles.
They got him all the way to they got him all the way to NFC AFC championship game. Even the butt fumble guy got to 2 AFC championship games with this a defense alone. Facts. So with the Jets. So defense is like you said earlier today on one of your things. Defense win championships. Facts. They can take you a long way. And with this offense we have, you put that on top of the defense, and we can do. I don't see some great offensive teams never win Super Bowls. So, but I've seen some great defensive teams win Super Bowls regardless of who they had at quarterback. But I did want to talk about one other issue, and I think we get a lot of talk about these free agencies, and talking about are we going to sign Gallup? Are we going to do this and that? Well, let's let the season play it out, because if we win big, if we get to an NFC championship game, right, or we get to a Super Bowl, or we don't win a Super Bowl, all that free agent stuff will work itself out. Guys will take team-friendly deals. Gallup won't take $18 million, $15 million, because he know if he don't take a reasonable offer, may not be over the top, but he'll know it'd be 5 or 6 other guys clamoring at the door, knocking on the door to play for the Cowboys on the biggest stage in football, and they have a chance to win. I remember with that receiver that got traded from Atlanta when he was on the Sanders stuff that he was talking with Shannon Sharp, he called him and he said the Cowboys, they're not about winning.
Julio.
Well, that's
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones. He said, well, you know about winning. The key to free agency is if teams that win and they are really contentious for Super Bowls, they don't have problems with signing their free agents, because the negotiations is not that tough, because the team has all the leverage, because you got guys that want to try to win Super Bowls are clamoring to get your spot. So we just win, and all that free agency and salary cap stuff will work it out. Now we 6-7 and we don't win them 7 games, and we got potentially to have a good team, or high hopes.
Facts.
Then you gonna have to pay guys, and you have to pay them big money. Even though they want to come to Dallas anyway, because Dallas is the biggest stage, they don't feel they're gonna win. Then you gonna have to pay guys. But if we win, we don't have to really pay. We can really have the leverage in our hands. And the last thing I want to talk about, Law, is I sent you a text during the text line. We was been talking about the linebacker play.
Facts. Yeah.
The linebacker play has went south since Matt Eagerford. I can't say his name. Matt, the guy that went to the defensive coordinator at the Indianapolis Colts.
Facts.
He was the coach with Sean Lee for Sean Lee basically whole career. He was a top line linebacker coach, and he was there when Jalen when Jalen first came as a rookie, and brought Jalen along. And since he left, our linebacker coaching has been horrible. Well, matter of fact, before McCarthy came in, the guy that was there before, he was a joke. And then Mike Nolan had the linebackers last year, so right. we know how that went. These guys have not had a good linebacker. Matter of fact, this guy, the Cowboys wanted to keep him so much but they didn't want to move on from Marinelli. Yeah, here it is again. Sometimes we don't move on from players, and sometimes we don't move on for coaches too, that we need to move on. But this guy should have been our defensive coordinator because he has done an excellent job in Indianapolis, and he came back here with Indianapolis, and we played him. When he went to Indianapolis, he shut us out. We didn't get a touchdown.
He gave the blueprint away, and that blueprint.
But he's a great linebacker coach. You look at my guy from I'm from South Carolina, Law.
Right.
My guy from South Carolina State was drafted by him, and he's credited for Hitchison. He's credited for Wilson. Mm-hmm. He's credited for making all these guys better, and our linebacker coaching room has been void of that. And I hope Edwards do a good job, because I believe where this hurt Jalen is, when Jalen came out of college,
right,
he was what Michael Parsons was. He had all the ability, all the athletic ability, but he was he didn't know the game of linebacker. And I think Michael's in that same position. He's playing mostly off of his talent, right, his raw ability, but he has to be taught the game so his talent can even make him even better. Mm-hmm. And without that coaching, he would still be on his talent. He would be playing off his talent, and he would not get any better, because one thing I understand about players, and everybody need to understand this: good players can't take bad coaching.
Facts, yeah.
Great players that got good coaching become Hall of Famers. Mm. Good players that have great coaching become great. Mm. Good mediocre players with bad coaching, they become outside the league. They be out the league. Good players cannot take bad coaching. They need to be, and I think Parsons, I think they're going through a rebirth at linebacker where these guys are finally being taught the linebacker position, and I believe that you're going to see that. But I don't want Michael Parsons to fall in the same problem of Jalen. And I'm not saying, that's the end all, but right. Jalen hadn't been coached well since Eagleson left. Yeah. And that's that. And I want Michael Parsons to come around slowly. I want him to learn the linebacker position, and then let his athletic ability shine, because he's in the right place, and then he can be an all-world linebacker. So hopefully that they got that straight with Edwards at linebacker coach, but write that thing down, Law, about the star.
Speed, and, toughness,
remember this, Law.
Availability.
Remember this. Yeah. You work real hard, man. You do a lot of sweating, right?
Yeah.
On the thing, but those who sweat more in peace bleed less in war.
I'm gonna have to use that one. Yeah, and that's that sweat equity, by the way, as well. So, man, hey, Coach, it's always wonderful, man, of you calling into the show and providing us the blessings of your wisdom, and we are really digesting this the best way possible and getting these good ingredients, man. And I'm quite sure the things that you say, people are echoing it out to their family members and their loved ones and the neighbors. So continue to call in, Coach. And you've been the first one, man. I need to carve out a segment, Coach Marv segment,
Man, listen, man. Let me tell you, Law, coaching this for me is, for the time I was coaching, man, was not about wins or losses, man. When you have kids that come back 10, 20 years later, and their husbands, their fathers, and they remember just a little bit that you taught them, or something that you taught them about equating football and the things you go through football to life. Yeah. And that's the benefit for me with coaching. It's never about the wins and losses. It's about how you play the game and what the game teaches you, because I think football is the greatest team sport in the world, and is the best teacher of life skills to young men that play. So I appreciate it, Long. Have a good show.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Great call from Coach, man. And I say, like, the first callers, they got an infinite amount of time. The Infinity Gauntlet. That's what they got, the Infinity Gauntlet. And maybe I need to have the Infinity Gauntlet to come out of the sky when the first caller call in, and we can craft something up like that. But Coach was right on the point with everything that he lamented, especially about, teaching players to be in the right spot and these sorts of things. But nevertheless, and I'm going to expound a little bit on Coach Edwards, but before we do that, 972 been waiting patiently. So 972, you live.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Law?
Doing well. What you got for everything for today?
Really, I just wanted to touch on base about Jabril Cox, because, man, I'm seeing a lot of potential out of Jabril Cox. Not only at him at the linebacker position, but this man is built like Derwin James. He can move to safety if he wanted to.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about the potential we have and the depth that we have across the board on defense now after the draft and after all the pickups.
Yeah, the guys, as we was talking, Jabril Cox will be utilized as big nickel. He will be that big guy that you can insert inside, but not as primarily as a safety, but a guy that can control some of that C gap along this edge there and fill in some of the the tight ends there. So, yeah, I think that he do possess that size. He's the same size as Cam Chancellor, by the way, I believe, as well.
Yeah. Real big player, real stout, real lean, actually.
Facts.
I also wanted to talk to you about Jaquan Hardy, because I believe I read the other day that Doddle's out on the IR, right?
Right, he's gone for a year. That hip, And
I just want to talk to you, touch base. How do you feel about Hardy? Solidifying that, third running back position.
Even in practice, he dropped passes, and that's worrisome for me. As the third running back, I would just say kick the can on both of those guys. Bring them back for practice squad, of course. But I want to go with Nick. I want to go with two running backs and a fullback.
Yeah, you want to go with Ralston.
Yeah, Ralston, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got potential. He looks good up the gut.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, yeah. Yeah, move some stuff out the way, man. It'll be good to see Nick back there in the backfield, creating alleyways and lanes for Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. What else you got for the show, though, before I let you go? Got anything else?
One more thing. At wide receiver, we actually got a lot of depth at wide receiver. We got a lot of lean, tall wide receivers, and I see Aaron Parker a lot. I don't think he's going to make the team, but I just wanted to, get your opinion on him and if you think he'll solidify a spot on the team here in the future.
Well, me and Sky, as we was doing the observation of practice today, it's night and day of seeing Ford throw the ball to these backup wide receivers opposed to Ben DiNucci, Garrett Gilbert, and Cooper Rush. And we both made the same conclusion that it's hard to evaluate these guys when you have less than accurate or less than a guy that can throw the ball to these guys. It's just hard to evaluate them. And when Dak Prescott was out there, 18 looked pretty good. Aaron Parker looked pretty good. 14 looked good. Osiris Mitchell, even some of the other guys. So he's going to be practice squad, and it's not enough room for him because Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown played so well, and of course, if you look at the political part of it, for Hoko, he's on his team over those guys. Even the other guy, fantastic, Malik Turner, fantastic, man. Caught a touchdown the other day. Yeah, and I'm talking about off of a deep fade. So,
who did he catch that ball on? I didn't get to see who he was on. It looked like Kennedy, but
yeah, it was on Kennedy 3-1. Yeah, it was on him. But he made some other plays that's on I think he made a play on Diggs as well. So the guy can run. He can run some good routes.
Do you think they're going to put Kennedy at that starting slot corner, or do you think they're going to just go with Lewis or AB?
Lewis and AB are the quote-unquote starting corners. AB is your cornerback too. And every lineup that I was able to see, Anthony Brown was the starter as it relates to CB2.
I'm going to go throw up on that part.
Say again.
I said, well, I'm going to go throw up on that part.
It's just how it is, unfortunately, man. But I appreciate you for calling in to the show.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Beard always looks fantastic. Your content's great, man. Just keep it up, man. Call him from Oak Cliff, Hey, stay silent till the nighttime.
I'll
catch you later.
Salute, bro.
Are you not entertained?
Oak Cliff.
Are you not entertained?
Shout out to Oak Cliff, man. Shout out to Mo 3. May he rest in peace as well, man. Shout out to all of the Oak Cliffs out there, man. Richardson and everybody, man. Cowboy Nation. Seems like it's been a wonderful episode. Okay, we got my dog. He's finna jump in. I love when I see that name. Oh, man, I had to pause and pump the brakes. All right, 9 dime for your mind. You're live.
9 dime.
What you got for this episode?
What's up, brother?
Ain't nothing to it.
We're going to it. Let's get into it, man. I see Zeke just cleared up some salary cap money for us. Do you see a veteran running back on our radar? I'm cool with Zeke. I'm cool with Pollard. But for me, I like 3.
Veteran running
secondly,
back.
The Gardner Minshew trade is really bothering me. I feel like we could have did that. A low round pick for somebody who got some experience, because it's an injustice on our backup wide receivers, backup offensive linemen, and even our defense for them to practice with and against Anucci and Gilbert and Cooper Rush. I feel like we need to find somebody who's capable, who challenge them in practice and sharpen their iron as well. And I don't feel like they can provide that with too much assistance on the sidelines, because they barely can see the field good.
Yeah.
Free agency, I feel like we don't have some post-cut pickups. Hopefully it's on the defensive side. Hopefully it's on the defensive line. Maybe we can get a cornerback or someone in the secondary as well. I'm really liking that and the wide receiver chemistry. Watching Hard Knocks, they believe in him. He believes in them. But Dak has really, really improved on his fundamentals, and you can most definitely see it.
Yeah.
And coaching-wise, on my radar, it's our QB coach and Joe Philman. I'm still not sold on Joe Philman. I'm seeing his interactions in Hard Knocks. I like an offensive lineman coach who did it. At this level.
No doubt.
My time.
9 dime. Man, let me see if I can respond to all of the things that you just said right there. You can hold tight, too. Veteran running back. I've been pondering, like, who will we go out there and grab? Like what running back is out there, that's willing to come in for a cup of coffee and not trying to break the bank, for crying out loud. And on top of that, as far as the backup quarterbacks, I'm right with you on that. The Gardner Minshew is probably light years ahead of Cooper Rush. And as well as DiNucci. No, I know for sure DiNucci. He's way ahead of DiNucci right now.
Man.
But I just look at it like the Cowboys, they love their guys, and it's team Dak Prescott or bust. I think that they're looking at it in those fashion, right?
Yeah.
Outside of that, man, what would you mention? The defense? Did you say something about the defense?
Yeah. Free agency and the last cuts, pickups, since we got that money cleared up.
I mean, we got some money. We got close to like $8 to $9 million left now. You know, ever since they freed up the $6.88 million from Ezekiel Elliott's side of the coin. So
Geno
Atkins,
somebody proven, man. Somebody proven. I need at least one Pro Bowl on their belt, but
he just left Seattle without a deal.
Man.
And you know, normally what would happen if after week 1 you can bring in a veteran and their contract would not be guaranteed for the full year. So that could be the play there.
Yeah. They'll test tomorrow against Tampa Bay, say, all right, we need something. Then we'll go out and get it.
Yeah.
Dak and the wide receiver chemistry. I mean, I know you saw it face to face. How was it looking? How you feeling about that?
Well, it's chemistry, with these guys that's out there. And, of course, we didn't get a chance to see for the last 2 days Lamb out there because he's in that protocol. But I can tell you that the command for this team from Dak Prescott, 1 looking sharp, 19 looking good, and even 85, although he kind of played volleyball with the football a little bit, he looking good on certain plays. And then 13, he's just keeping it mean. So all of those guys got the ability to play well with Dak Prescott, and it looks like, hey, there's still probably roll coverage. It'll be back the same. There's still roll coverage on Amari Cooper's side, and it'll be 1-on-1 to 13 by himself with the CB2. And I think 13 can gobble up anybody's number 2 cornerback out there. So the chemistry will be okay.
How you feel about Joe Philbin, man?
Oh, the offensive line coach. Far as from what he was able to do last season with the deck of cards of running Terrence out there in the personnel.
He had a good.
He did okay, you know. So what we're trying to see this year is that although we gave Mike McCarthy the mulligan, we will see whether or not, you know, that mulligan would not count for Joe Philbin for this year too. So that mulligan went under Mike McCarthy, but it also qualified for Joe Philbin. So we'll be looking at Joe and see if he know anything to keep everything afloat for this year. So
I'm looking how he got the boys ready for blitzes.
Facts.
And keeping our quarterback clean. Like, he has the shortest leash of anybody on, I believe, on our coaching staff, because our quarterback, he needs to be safe. He needs to be protected.
Right.
But those 5 guys, they got to be in tune, and they got to be right.
Yeah.
And this don't come from coaching, because we keep on going back to Callahan and how everything was tight and right. We still looking for that cohesiveness with everybody. But I got my eye on you, Joe. But that's my time. May everybody be blessed. May y'all be safe. Keep your head up and forget the stress.
Yes,
One.
Are you not entertained?
Good call from 9
Are
down.
you not entertained?
Yeah, my bad if Mo3, if he's not from Oak Cliff. I'm not from Texas, so I don't know where these guys are from. Trap Boy Freddy and Yellow Beezy, all of those guys. I mean, they from Dallas. Well, you might as well say they from Texas. I'm right on that one, right? Now watch, they going to be from New Mexico and from Oklahoma. But shout out to all of those guys. I'm from Mississippi, though, you know, by the way. So I'm from Mississippi. And but shout out to Texas and all of those boys that rap in this area, and all of the upcoming rappers that's out here in the streets trying to get it. But it is what it is. Shout out to Dr. Football. I see you, fam. Sugar Daddy 1 Williams. That's a weird name there. Sugar Daddy 1. 214. Now this person from Texas, right? Shout out to you. You're live. Want you to lean forward a little bit? Get the fuck out of here with this shit. Don't be coming over here with that crazy stuff. Don't you ever come on my goddamn line. All right, Cowboy Nation. I'm going to let one more person call in. 657-390-7391. But if you talk with that crazy stuff, I'm going to that's about it. Yeah. Cooley, you from Mississippi? Appreciate you for jumping in. Spiffy, AC, Big T, I see you, fam. Yeah. What about Carlos Miller? I don't know about that one. But I got a person that's not going to come in with all of that foolery. So I'm going to give one more to the other caller for the 214. How dare you have the audacity to call in with that crap? But I got my dog, 956. You in the mix. Let's go.
La Cowboys Nation, ¿cómo estamos? That's what we're doing after our Week 1 road win against the defending champions. We're going to be telling Shannon Sharp, lean forward. We're going to tell those haters, you doubted Dak. Guess what he has? Anybody who has played has seen it. You don't know what it is, but it moves you to play above a level that you think even you can play. And that is what Dak is doing. Hell, he even had that shoulder thing probably because he was throwing from a chair when he was recovering from his ankle.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's how much of a competitor he is.
Yeah. I think, did you call in before and say that? I think I heard somebody say that. I think it was on the TV show or something like that. They were saying that he was throwing from the chair and his weight distribution wasn't there, and that just overuse of the arm. Was that you earlier, or this is your first time telling me that?
I've just heard it again. When you study the injury from people who have played baseball, they're thinking, hey, what my therapist told me, it was this. It was because I wasn't able to follow through with my legs. You don't just throw with your arm and everything like that. But that just shows how much of a competitor Dak is. He just wanted to get out there so he could help his team win. And Week 1, that's why the NFL chose this matchup, Tampa Bay, Dallas. Don't be surprised if it's going to be the highest-rated game for the past couple of years. Now, we're getting the cut down. We're getting the 53-man roster. Don't freak out, Cowboys Nation. You can play around with this roster. You can cut some veterans, and they don't have to go through waivers. You can just cut them for a day so that you can match that 53, and then the next day they're signed back on so that the ones you put on IR, short-term IR, are on your roster. For example, Gallimore. We need to have him. He's injured. We need to have him on the roster before we can put him on short-term IR. So that's one spot that he's going to have. Well, you got to make spot for somebody. There is a veteran exemption. Cut him for a day. We did it last year with C.J. Goodwin. I remember thinking, wait, wasn't he our special team ace? Wasn't he one of our big signings? Why are you cutting him? The next day, it was just a procedural move. So don't get freaked out. Don't start thinking, what the F are they doing?
Right.
But again, our wide receivers. Tampa Bay had the number 1 rush defense last year. Their front seven, they are formidable. But their secondary, on the other hand, and they see our wide receivers. Kellen Moore just needs to get Dak on a roll, let our wide receivers open it up, and then just like before, let Zeke and Pollard just close the door on that win. Oh, yeah, and the defense, that's what I love about it. Every time I hear Dan Quinn speak, I know why players say he is a player's coach. I want to go and play for him because he gets the most out of me. He teaches, and he puts me in a position to win. What does Quinn say? Listen, I'm going to teach you because then you're going to teach it to somebody else. You're going to teach your backup what I'm going to do.
Right.
That is great. Our defense is playing fast. They're going up there with bad intentions. I like that saying. I heard somebody, I think it was Church saying,
Barry Church, bad intention. Yeah.
Our speed and our energy, that means our defense is coming in there with bad intentions.
Yeah.
I love it. Week 1, here come the Cowboys. Like I said, we're going to shock the world. As John Madden used to say, you want to be the champ? Well, you got to beat the champ. And this is the first of 2, that we're going to beat Tampa Bay on our way to the playoffs. Go Cowboys. Law, thank you very much. Have a great one.
Oh, you as well. Appreciate the call in. That's what I'm talking about.
Are you not entertained?
Great call from my guy, the lunatic, man. Now that's the guy that spit nothing but real facts. I mean, that's how a caller's supposed to call in. You spit your facts, it'd be fire, and it'd be one of those things where you sit there and say to yourself, my goodness. That brother right there is coming with the delivery. And go Cowboys. Hey, this is what we do. Hey, I'm going to try to craft up some of the red zone plays. It'll be late, and the quality of the video is not shot at a 1080p or 4K, so it may be a little blurry or what have you, but it will be the red zone touchdowns that Dak Prescott threw today, and I'm going to craft it up and put it out there for the Facebook and the YouTube watchers and viewers to be able to get some of that good stuff, and just hold tight with me on that. And we'll get these things going in a great direction. 901, what you got for the show?
What's going on, man?
Nothing to it. Nothing to it at all, fam.
Man, I just wanted to say real quick, going against with Tampa, what people don't realize, their secondary is young, just like our secondary.
Facts.
So I get the run stuff from their front seven dominant. As far as the secondary goes, man, our receivers compared to their corners and safety are about the same thing as you look over on ours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only thing that they have that we don't have, like I said, is probably a good front seven.
A front seven, yeah.
Man, with that coming back and looking at him, he looks good. He looks better than what I expected. But we can throw some. We can get down the field quickly, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, defensively, I don't know about how we're gonna look against their receivers, but I think we got a pretty solid chance against Tampa. People not really giving them or really talking about their defense like that. They're talking about their front seven. But as far as secondary goes, and they always talk about our secondary, and we're not ready, we're young, we got just talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the people talk, man. You know, now I do like Winfield over there on the Buccaneers. I think he's a solid kid. And I forgot the cornerback name. He's pretty solid. But
I know Carlton Davis.
Yeah, Carlton. Yeah, he's pretty solid, and he's a guy that bait you and try to jump routes, but he's not the quickest of the quickest guys out there. But he's aggressive guy, and Coach Bowles know how to put people in right places, and I love that. I love the iron sharpen iron theory. So the Dallas Cowboys will have their hands full, but if a win come around the corner with that, this would take the team from a momentum aspect far.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this all relies on Kellen a little bit. He's got to get the right play calls in and get Dak and Zeke in some good situations.
No doubt at all, fam. I appreciate you for calling in, though. Hey, what's your name, fam? Let me save your name in here, man.
Adam.
Okay, Adam. I got you, man, from the 901. 901 Adam. Appreciate you, fam.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate you. That's a good call. All right, I got my guy over here, Kevin from Long Beach, man. What's good? Long Branch, I meant to say. What's good with you, man?
What's going on, Lord Nick?
You get that all the time, huh? When people say they see the long, they think it's beach, but it's branch. What you got for the show, man? What you got for it?
Man, I'm just excited about this week one matchup.
Yeah.
I know that the roster cut down is coming, which I ain't worried about that. That's for some other people to worry about. I just hope week one. I think the real key to us winning, I don't think it's going to be Dak. I like the fact that our line is the kind of line that is used to being bruisers. They're used to going out there and pushing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to emphasize the run on the ball, mainly because we need to keep their defense on the field and have some long sustainable drives, mainly because I don't want to see Tom Brady with too many opportunities.
Yeah, and you can't play no vanilla defense on him. He'll pick it apart. He picks apart zone defenses.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And you can't give him too many opportunities at getting points too, because he's like a Mayweather. You ever watch a Mayweather fight?
Yeah.
You could definitely, if you want to make a sure bet, he's going to win the fight. But majority times he always loses the first 2 rounds. He'll lose the first 2 rounds, but he's going to win the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed. That's a for sure bet. And that's kind of what Tom Brady is. He's an adjuster. So I think the the more that we're on the field, not just that, but when it comes to the third and fourth quarter, we get to wear down that defense. All of a sudden, that pass rush ain't going to be so legit no more. Not just that, but not for nothing, but we do have a beyond more than average line to hold up. So I'm not really too concerned about that either. As long as they stay healthy in week one, I got good hopes for that.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a good matchup. It's going to be the measuring stick for how we look all season.
Yeah, it's going to be a great measuring stick on that one, man. And we'll find out, man. I'm just ready for this game to come all the way around so we can really see what this team looks like for the rest of the year, real football.
Yeah, I'm excited with this young talent. Mainly, it's finally just to see Dallas. If nothing else, we're moving a lot faster.
No doubt, man. Good call from you, Kev. Appreciate you, man. All right, we got the 602. What's new? Rapid fire,
What's
602.
up, Lord?
Yeah, what's good with you, man? Talk to me.
Man, so I just had some questions, Law, about this defense, man. So I'm really interested into this defense, but my whole question is the safety position. So from what you've seen, are we gonna be seeing a lot of rotation going on? How is it gonna happen pretty much with that position just from what you've seen in practice?
Well, just like the previous caller was talking about, like consistency and being out there, you get a feel. Just like Mayweather, he might lose round 1 or round 2, and he get a feel of it. I don't like the notion to rotate my safeties because they get in the feel. They seeing where the release points on the routes are, where the quarterback like to go to when he's pressured. And I just like for us to keep it one safety on the field. Now, as far as the rotations of a strong safety, maybe in different looks you can do that. But as that top safety, you want to keep him out there for the whole game.
Okay, and then how do you feel about as far as rotation in general with the defense? Do you see a lot of rotation coming, just in general, just from your perspective?
I just look at it. You never rotate your DBs, the cornerbacks, CB1 or CB2. Don't rotate those guys. But anybody on the front or the linebackers, maybe you can do some rotations, some slight rotations. But that front four, yeah, they can be rotated.
Okay. All right. Last question, Law. Appreciate you again. So my last question was about Izzy. Do you think Izzy is going to make this team?
Yeah, I think that they'll figure it out. The Dallas Cowboys never like to be wrong. If DiNucci made the team last season, he will make the team this season, as far as Izzy.
Okay. All right, Law. Well, I thank you again, man. I just wanted to get your opinion and perspective, man. I appreciate you a lot. Law Nation, man. Thank you again, man. And we hope to see, man, hopefully we do great, and I just want to see what the defense is looking like. I see the offense looks great, so that's what I'm paying attention to, and I think if everything falls good with the defense, we'll be all right, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for the 602. That was good. 469, what's on your mind?
Hey, Law, it's Quincy.
Quincy,
from
what's
Frisco.
good?
How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing great, Quincy.
I was just thinking, I did a little research, and a lot of people were giving the Tampa Bay defensive line a lot of credit, but a lot of people are not paying attention to how old they are. You have JPP, who's 32. You have Sue, who's 34. You have Goldston, 30. Last time I checked, the NFL is a young man game.
Facts.
Last time I checked for D-line, the prime for them is 24 to 30. At some point, you go over the hill. Sue will be 35 this year. JPP will be 33. Goldston will be 31. That's 3 of the top 5 rushers. I'm just saying. And then if you look at Pittsburgh, when Pittsburgh was dominant, all they D linemen was in their 20s. I'm just saying, we tried to go the old man route last year, the Cowboys did, and both those D linemen was over the hill.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying. At some point, greatness falls.
Right.
And when your primary skill is speed, we all know speed is a young man game. I'm sorry, but you can be as strong as you want to, but as you get older, your legs go.
Facts.
And I think not enough people are paying attention to, okay, some of these guys on Tampa are just names. At some point, you used to become a name, and you're no longer who you just sell of yourself. I think people need to look into it more deeper. That Vita Vea, he's one of the youngest guys on the line. He's 26, and for most of his career, he's been hurt. So, when you look at it, I love the linebackers. The secondary is okay. But when you really look at the D-line, they old.
Mm-hmm.
And an old D-line can only take you so far long. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. With that being said, it's the first game of the season, though. That's the only thing that benefits them. And normally that old kick in at least after the fourth game or the fifth game. So we still have to punch them in the mouth and see if they can stand. And if we do it that approach, then it can happen. We just have to punch them in the mouth, score early and often, and then dominate on the run. And the hardest part of it about that, Quincy, will be that even though they're old, they was ranked number 2 and number 3 respectfully against the run last season. So we'll see. I think that we'll still give them a good punch, though.
Yeah, I do too. I'm just in my mind is it was ranked number 1, number 2, but at some point you have to drop off. And number 2, when you're old, it does take you a little bit longer to get loose.
Facts.
On the field.
Okay, yeah.
So,
That's another angle to look at it too. Take you a little longer. Yeah. So it's two ways of looking at it. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Good call from him on that one. 469. What's on your mind?
What's up, Law? I was listening to that last call. I completely disagree with everything he just said.
Oh wow.
I'll take a veteran any day. What the Cowboys did when they tried to get Gerald McCoy, that wasn't a bad idea. That was a great idea. Of course, he was like later in his career, in his later years, and he ended up getting hurt. But at the same time, what the Buccaneers did, experience always wins out. I'll take experience, essentially, is what I'm saying, any day. When you had all them dogs on that defense, JPP, Dominic Sue coming after the quarterback, and you saw what happened in the Super Bowl. It's like a Dominic Sue basically just dominating the Super Bowl coming after Patrick Mahomes. And they switched up their defense. They didn't blitz as much because their secondary wasn't as good. Now, that first time they played the Chiefs, they were playing a whole bunch of man coverage. If they do that to Dallas, I believe the Cowboys will win because our receivers are way better than them. But they end up switching to quarters defense in the Super Bowl, and it caught Patrick Mahomes and them off guard.
Facts.
Now, the Cowboys, if they look in the mirror, we kind of resemble the Buccaneers defense. Not completely, obviously, because we're not there yet. But we could somewhat create a similar aspect, a similar thing. We don't need to play man coverage. I don't believe our secondary can hold up to that yet. But if we can play hard zones with our front seven, we can go far. We can go very far.
No doubt. No doubt. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, do you think Diggs is more of a zone corner or man corner?
I think he's more of a zone corner. I wouldn't mind seeing him in man coverage, but I don't know. I've seen him chasing too much, and whenever you just chasing, that's not really a good thing. Like, how can I put this? I've seen him out leveraged a lot in terms of man coverage and things of that nature. So I would probably like to see them more in zone. Now, probably later in his career, maybe, possibly in his later 20s, yeah. Once that secondary becomes up to par, maybe when Rashawn Wright and Kelvin Joseph is out there and they're playing, maybe, possibly. But for right now, I would just say play hard zone quarters.
So will he be on Chris' side or Evans?
I would probably say Mike Evans.
Who you got covering OJ?
Man, probably Keanu Neal.
And who you got covering Gronk?
That would probably be Parsons. I'm gonna probably leave that to Parsons. Probably so.
So when they go line up in power, what's your personnel? When they go power formation, when they got Ronnie, and then they got forgot the fullback name there, but normally they go with that 2 tight end set. What are you looking at with that? Are you going to go cover 1, or are you going to go still stick to your I guess cover 3? I know for sure you're going to be looking at that.
We're going to load
big
the
nickel.
Box. We're going to load the box, and in that case, I would probably trust my man coverage in that aspect. And who I would have out there is
bingo, because now you're going to have Anthony Brown on man, and he's going to be out of Chris or Evans. what we gonna do with that, bro? Yeah, that's my only thing.
We got to get home. We got to get home to the quarterback. We're gonna the front seven is gonna help out tremendously. That's exactly how the Buccaneers got to the Super Bowl. Their front seven helped out their secondary tremendously. Just like the way they got to the Super Bowl, their front seven helped out their secondary tremendously. You don't have to be great. You don't have to hold your guy for more than in terms of especially in man coverage when you're loading the box like that. You don't have to hold your guy for more than 10 seconds, less than that, really, to be honest with you. So I'm not asking Anthony Brown to do a whole lot.
Thanks.
I just need him to be okay. I just need him to be somewhat decent. He doesn't have to just be great, but at the same time, don't be horrible. And if he can hold up just for a couple of seconds, our front seven should be able to get home. Yes, Randy Gregory and them should get home. D-Law, all of them, they should get home.
Yeah, that's the nature of cover 3. Yeah, so I just hope we can create enough pressure, and I just hope that this is how I want it. This is how I want it. I really want Diggs to cover Evans. I don't care too much about Chris. I know he's a speedster, and I know he's a guy that can take the top off the defense, and that's good. But I just don't want to see Anthony Brown on Evans. I just don't want to see that.
Anthony Brown isn't bad. Like I said,
he's not bad, but yeah.
Brown.
But I seen Osiris Mitchell. I seen Osiris Mitchell on him though. You know what I'm saying today.
I've also seen AB cover Deshaun Jackson way down the field. And that's a hard thing to do, as we all know as Cowboys fans. He has decimated our defense, and I've seen AB keep up with him. So AB is not a bad corner. He's actually decent. Like I said, I used to be the biggest AB fan ever.
Facts.
So he's not horrible. So like I said, you load the box, put him in man coverage, in my opinion. Don't do all that cover 3 because Brady's going to pick that apart. He's going to switch out of that and start doing quick passes to the running backs and the tight ends. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I would say, like I said, man coverage. Like I said, man coverage, load the box, maybe blitz. And then, like I said, with that front seven, yes, one person will get home. If you have man coverage, loading the box and sending one more person and then make them block, somebody's gonna get home on our D line. Somebody's gonna get home, and therefore I don't need AB to have to cover a whole lot. He doesn't have to cover like a long duration of time, and that's how the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Facts, man. You spitting facts on that. So we'll see, man, on September the 9th. I think that we can still be victorious. It's just that we have to see how that chess match will match up on the outside there. And, of course, Brady, we hope that he'll be running for his natural life. You're a good call, though, man.
Natural life.
Yeah, he's probably going to be
Appreciate
running. I appreciate you. A good call for him.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, this guy don't need no introduction at all. I see his number just glowing on my screen here, so that means that he's part of the Illuminati Club. I'm just playing with you. Hey, man. Yeah, you in there, dog. Talk to the nation. You already know who you are.
Listen, man. First and foremost, listen, man. Law, you sound nervous, and I don't like how that sound, bro. You sound nervous. This ain't 7-on-7, Law. You ain't got to worry about your cornerbacks covering for 4 or 5 seconds. We not going to need nobody to cover for 4 or 5 seconds. You know why? Because they just can't double D-Law like they used to do. You know what I'm saying? They just can't triple team D-Law like they used to do. You know what I'm saying? We got brother Randy Gregory in this thing, brother Law Nation. You know what's going to happen, sir?
What's going to happen?
We was watching the preseason game, and we was blitzing Michael Parsons up A-gap, and Tyrod Taylor ran around because he had to throw the ball quicker than he needed to, boy. You know Tom Brady ain't going to be in a run around from nobody. Tom Brady got that move where he feel pressure, he just falls to the ground. It's going to be a lot of Tom Brady feeling pressure and just falling to the ground, Law Nation. I know as Cowboy fans, sometimes we could be led astray. Sometimes as Cowboy fans can be bewildered. We can be lethargic. We can listen to the big national media, and we can feel like we're not as good as we are. We can feel like we haven't made proper moves, Brother Law Nation. Let me tell you something, sir. Look at this roster now, then look at what it was last year, Brother Law Nation. We've made strides, Brother Law, and the peanut gallery would have you thinking that we still sorry out here. Look at your defense last year. Look at the guys that started for you last year. Rashard Robinson had to start for you last year. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Justin Hamilton, Jalen Smith had to start for you last year. We got a 4-3 middle linebacker that can fly now. Justin Hamilton is a rotational guy, Brother Law Nation. We had this nonsense. We had this idiot named Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan looked at Randy Gregory and said, you know what? I want to see more from this Armstrong kid. And
Right.
you know what they did? They started Armstrong, Law. Armstrong is a depth rotation player now. Randy Gregory is playing 60 snaps a game, sir. I know the peanut gallery is going to be like, but Vaj, Randy Gregory beat up on the Texans left tackle. Offensive linemen going to be better than that. No, they not. No, they not. It's bad offensive linemen all over the place, all around the league. You mean to tell me we don't have a mismatch with Randy Gregory against somebody's child? We don't have a mismatch with D-Law against somebody's child? Michael Parsons is our third best pass rusher? Are you kidding me, Law Nation? Ask me that question, Law. You wanna ask the last caller, well, who's gonna cover Gronk and who's gonna cover O.J. Howard? Who's gonna block Parsons? Who's gonna block Randy? Who's gonna block? You see what I'm saying, Law? Answer those questions. If this was 7-on-7, you got a point, Law. If this was 7-on-7 and there was a little button with a horn that goes off after 5 seconds, you may have a point, Law Nation. But this ain't 7-on-7. They're gonna have to run the ball. Tom Brady, Brady ain't gonna throw the ball 50 times a game. Brady gonna have like a smooth 30-some attempts, and he may connect on 25 of them. Law, this is only me talking about defense. We got 4.
Right.
We got 19. We got 88. We got 13 that's just chilling. 89 and what's his face? John Schultz's number. Those guys just sitting back chilling, waiting for a track meet, Law. They waiting for a track meet. Tom Brady don't want to track meet with damn Dak Prescott. You know what Tom Brady want to do?
What do you
Tom Brady want to dunk the ball. Tom Brady want to get it to Ronald Jones. He want to throw some slants. He don't want to get into a track meet with our children. Then we got Ezekiel Elliott that we ain't even mentioned yet. Tony Pollard, my cousin, that we ain't even mentioned yet. Law, I need you to stop being so nervous. We about to beat the shit out the damn Bucks, Law. Come on, son. Come on, son.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. I got to give you all of those, man. Oh my goodness, man. Optimus Prime.
Man, listen, man. Tom Brady gonna be dinking and dunking that thing all the way to 3rd and 2, and that's where we gonna get our stops at. But if you want anything deep, if you want any kind of long pass, if he's thinking about holding the ball for any extended period of time, good luck to him, sir. I'm riding with my guys. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not just out here disrespecting the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bucks are a good team, but I mean, the Saints whooped their ass. They did
put a good little whooping on them.
Like they were invincible, you know. But Vosh, they beat up on the Chiefs. You know what happened when they beat up on the Chiefs? Mike Remmers was starting. We ain't got Mike Remmers. We got Tyron Smith and La'el Collins, baby. What happened the week before that when Tom Brady threw the ball to the Packers defense 3 times? Oh, Bakhtiari wasn't playing. Oh, you forgot about that one, Law. You forgot about the offensive line problems that the Buccaneers had the mismatch of on 3 playoff games in a row. The Cowboys not going to have that mismatch problem. Somebody will be like, well, Vosh, Tyron Smith injury prone. Not week 1, goddammit. I'm rolling with my guys, man.
Yeah. I got really no rebuttal to it, man. Although the Voch Lombardi come over here with the party. Hey, so you mean to tell me like we gonna be able to mask all of this with the DBs? Now DBs on Diggs' side is cool. It's just that AB concerns me a little bit. But I feel what you're saying. They ain't gonna have time to look to his side because of the pressure. We're gonna create pressure from the interior or from the actual edges there.
Well, see, Law, nothing's ever going to be cut and dry.
Facts.
Randy Gregory will be blocked. D-Law will be blocked.
Facts.
Diggs will get caught. Boss Man Fat, Anthony Brown, whoever's out there will be caught on. Michael Parsons is going to take a bad angle. These things are going to happen. But in the world of football, Law, specifically on offense, I love offense. All the rest of Cowboy YouTube is defense cats, right? On offense, we got things called drive killers. Tom Brady could be smoking you the entire drive. If we got a 12-play drive and Tom Brady smoking you, what happened on that 12th play? You get a sack on 3rd and 5. Okay, you just whooped me the whole drive, but if I sack you on 3rd and 5, you punt or kick a field goal. That's a win for us. So, yeah, you know, bad things are going to happen to the Cowboy defense, Brother Law. It only take one to kill a drive. It only take a holding to kill a drive. Some false start to kill a drive, a Randy Gregory, Michael Parsons, D-Law sack to kill a drive. That's all it takes. And as long as we are opportunistic in those opportunities, because we got a whole ass track meet on the other side. You ever seen them Olympic highlights where the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place girls was all Jamaican? That's us. We the Jamaican track team player, and Tom Brady don't want to do that with us. So, yeah, Tom Brady can rack up his numbers. It's going to be a tough fight. Those are the Super Bowl champions, Brother Law. Don't get me mistaken.
Right.
I'm not going to walk in with fear. They're going to have to show me, Law.
My gosh, man. Hey, Vach, man. If I'd have known that you was going to have this much fire, but I hit the 832, I'd sit there. I should have just said, man, I say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you bringing all of the heat, man. Some people eating the popcorn and everything. They said, this is must-see TV. Week one.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Let them fly. I'm over here drinking and eating popcorn and watching UFC fights, man. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. But I just heard it in your tone, Brother Law, because you're going to war with me. We on the same side of this thing. We rock the same colors.
Yeah.
We don't like the Cowboys. We love them. We bleed the same color, Brother Law.
Right.
I just don't want you walking in here pessimistic with your head down.
No. Now you know, Vach, I said that we going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm going to try to be right in the middle with this thing. I know that you on the side of the ship that is going to be like leaning this way because you optimistic, Vach, and I love it. We going to whoop. Look, I don't say it, but I know you going to say it. What we going to do week one? Say it one time.
We gonna beat the shit out of the Bucks.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. We gonna win the Super Bowl, but we're also gonna beat the Bucks, Brother Law. That's what it is, man. Come on, man. Look,
Hey,
man,
you've been saying it for a long time. Yeah.
I don't want to hold up too much of your time. This is your show. I'm sure you got a bunch of callers. Shouts out to Miss Jackie in the chat box. She love us. Shouts out to the lunatic Piro Pinche Cowboys. Shouts out to y'all, man. Shouts out to Jay Lombardi, my little cousin. Hey, man, y'all hold it down for the Doski Wolves. Flash Lombardi, man. Peace.
Yes, indeed, man.
Are you not entertained?
That's my guy, Vach Lombardi, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Come off the top rope with all of this heat. Hey, man, let me blow it out because I don't think nobody else going to bring that type of – let me blow that heat out right quick. Woo! He brought a lot of heat in this thing. Oh, man, goodness. I just can't be that guy. Vach Lombardi is just bringing all of that, man. And I wish I could be that guy to be like, we going to beat the – out of the Bucks, man. I love it, though. I love it. I'm going to be right here. But salute to my dog, Vach Lombardi, man, speaking with bold convictions. It says, enter the throne boldly with grace and mercy. And he's entering the throne boldly. Yeah, the lunatic, like he said, with bad intentions, man. I love it. All right, so we got a slew of people, man, that jumped in that want to get a piece of this. So let me start off with Jay right here from the 828. Jay, what's good?
Hey, what's going on, Bob? What's going on, man?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me.
Hey, let's say they do get D-Law double teamed and they get Randy double teamed. Then they're going to plow him up the middle. It doesn't matter what action they take. Mm-hmm. We're going to take them down.
Facts. It's a
football game. And they can have no time with our rush. They're not going to have any time. The quarterbacks will be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. You can have like 5-7 seconds. We're going to take them down. We're taking Tampa Bay down.
Oh, yeah, man. Beat Tampa Bay. That's our mindset, you know. That's our mindset, is to get in there and beat them down and make Tom Brady move off of that spot right there. And once he moves, man, it's just over with, because we're going to bait him right into D-Law's side, or we bait him right into Randy Gregory's side. Yep,
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to have – he's not even going to know what hit him.
Yep.
We're going to take him down big time. And I know Keanu, what's the name, Neal, he's going to probably be the starter, but they better be looking at Cox. Cox is starting to show himself.
Facts.
He's starting to show himself big time. Tackling for loss, coverage. He's the whole package, man. He's Parsons' counterpart.
Mm.
I think Cox and Parsons together is going to be awesome.
Facts. I can't wait to see that guy, you know, get into the starter rotation. Cox.
I know. Mm-hmm. That's it. I think he's going to be what the Cowboys needed. Besides Parsons.
No doubt.
He's basically the same. He's basically Parsons.
Appreciate you, Jay. Thank you so much for calling in, man. That was a good call from you, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, a good call from him. All right, we're going to do this. Marvin Land Group, what's good, man? You
What
live.
up? What up? What's up, Law Nation?
To it, man.
I wish I could be as optimistic as the boy Vach, but
Yeah.
shout out to the whole YouTube collaboration community. It's second to none.
Yeah.
But I feel like our offensive line, man, is still that's my biggest concern in the defensive backs. I would say for the offensive line, we've seen Tyron do it, we've seen Zach Martin do it, we've seen Leal do it, but he got the stinger now, so we don't know. Stingers don't just go away; they linger. So we don't know how effective he's going to be this first week. And we got Tyler Biadasz. He ain't been through no wars yet. Connor Williams, when he been up against stress, what happened to him? He folded under pressure. The knees showed themselves. So I'm worried more about the interior part of the line. Yeah. With the big hauls there, they may be old, but they still got that old man strength. Old man strength is still undefeated too now. So when you go, you got a power game with them guys. Against Connor Williams, he folded under pressure. Tyler Biadasz, he a big country boy over there, Wisconsin country boy strong, but we ain't seen him handle, this type of caliber of line, that kind of pressure, So I'm more concerned about the continuity of them guys,
right?
Going forward. So that's why I say starting off, we don't start off like, and then our offense, we don't start off quick. When you play on the road, you want to get ahead of the game. We always find ourselves behind, and that's the issue. And then as far as the defense, I would say Diggs, he is a man-to-man corner. But if we got AB out there, he's a zone corner. He ain't physical. He's more concerned about getting beat deep. So he had that big cushion and let everything be in front of him because he's so scared of getting beat. He don't have that catch-up speed.
No doubt.
That's my concern.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in from the 210 Marvelous Group, man. Appreciate you. It's good to have, to look at it two ways, man. And I love that's why we had this conversation, man, so that we can look at it. Somebody can show me some things and point out to me some things that I need to review and look at. Like what Vach brought up, great points, man. Blitzing coming through the A gap. And if you saw what not Cox, but what Cox did too. But if you saw what Parson did, with the twist stunt with 75 and flushing the quarterback out of that pocket, that's a quarterback that's mobile. Tom Brady is not, And 9 times out of 10, when we do play those stationary quarterbacks, we normally put some pressure on them. So this game can be equivalent to when we beat the Saints that year, when Drew Brees looking like he was running for his life and couldn't get outside. It could be looking like that. And I see that, the pressure, we don't have to worry about Anthony Brown on Chris Godwin, So, and we can look at all of those things. So, I appreciate these conversations right here. We got 806, you in the mix. You live, 806.
Hey, Law.
Yeah, what's good?
Hey, what's good, Law? Hey, Vach was bringing it. I like that.
Oh, yeah, fire. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, good fire. He's one of the best at it.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I kind of agree with him as far as Tampa. I think that, we got a little show over there, just doing some stuff. But I got my partner, he's a old Redskins fan and a Falcons fan on the other side,
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
I was talking to him the other day, and I was just saying that I think we're going to surprise some people in that first game because, nobody outside of Cowboy Nation thinks we're going to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They think we're going to lose. But and Vach had made some good points, and I think if we can get a little pressure with the front four, because we got a good front four, especially on the edges. If we can get some pressure, make him tap dance a little, especially early, maybe send a blitz every now and then, but get some pressure on him early on Tom Brady. That's how he got beat in the Super Bowls, with the Giants. You got pressure on him early, got him tap dancing, got him thinking twice. And I think that's the key to the defense, to get pressure on him early. And I think that we're going to be able to, if we play more of a balanced offense, especially with Dak, he hasn't been able to play a lot. He's been kind of hampered a little bit. But if we play more of a balanced offense the first couple of games, We run the ball a little more. Let Dak ease into the, getting back into it. It's going to be really his first time on the field in real live action. And I think we can run the ball and keep the ball away from Tom and just get as much pressure with those front four. I think that's going to be the key to winning that game. And I have us winning against the Bucs in a close game, but then I kind of have us having a letdown against the Chargers, and then we kind of settle into our season. And we go on a big high beating the Bucs, and then we come back and we lose to the Chargers because, we're all high and, we're all charged up. Hey, we're going to have undefeated season,
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Yeah, so I think we have a win-loss, and then we settle into our season. I see us going about 12-5, but I think we beat the Bucs.
Oh, yeah. If we get that first win, man, it goes a long way. I appreciate you for calling in.
All right, thanks a lot. I love the show.
Appreciate you, man. Oh, my goodness. Always good to hear people, man, from different perspectives. Yeah, offense, man, the thing worked with Dak Prescott. Red zone look good, right? With the neck stinger that the callers brought up with La'el Collins, I don't know how long that will go. I don't know if that's an ongoing situation. Maybe he need to change his sleep number, get another position on the couch there. But hopefully, man, if La'el Collins and, of course, Tyron Smith, like Foch lamented, that week 1, he's there. So hopefully, man, all of these guys get things going, and especially Parsons blitzing inside, moving Tom Brady off his marker. Man, we just going to do some marvelous things. And speaking of that, I got the 702, my guy, Daryl. What's good with you, man?
What up, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me.
Hey, I was listening to you and Vosh just a few minutes ago. He had a lot of great points, and I love Vosh. I'm a big fan of his and all you guys. You know that. But I come to spread the love and spread some popcorn. We're gonna keep the popcorn popping all season long, like Lamb says.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep the popcorn popping. You feel me?
Yeah.
Every one of these teams gonna be filling the popcorn. It's gonna be scorching hot, right out the bag, steaming.
Yeah.
You better get the popcorn popping all season long, because guess what? We're coming for that championship this year, next year, and probably for the next 4 years if we keep drafting the way we draft and getting these dogs out here. Because, old Micah Parsons doing his thing, but everybody could stay healthy, and we get this offense rolling. Going to be a whole lot of problems for all these teams.
Facts.
We're going to keep that popcorn popping every game that we play, and these people are going to be feeling this. This team's going to be feeling this. They're going to be feeling it so bad they're going to be like, man, I don't even want to step on the field against that defense or them Cowboys. Because Cowboys going to go off the chain this year. We're going to keep it popping all year long, and you better get ready, because Micah Parsons and Kelvin Joseph and old Jabril Cox got surprises for you. And you better get ready, because if you ain't ready, you're going to get busted up like old Matt Truck.
Most certainly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me on that?
I feel you on that one.
Because I be listening to you and watching your videos and stuff, Law, the practices and stuff, and the way Dak's slinging that thing, bruh, and the way Zeke looks this season, and the way Coop and Lamb are gelling together when I'm watching these, showing Lamb little stuff, and Lamb's like, catching on to it and things like that, bro, dude. You better, boy, you better get your popcorn, bro. Get a whole lot of beers, too, because you better get ready.
No doubt. Appreciate you so much for calling in. Thank you, Daryl.
Hey, Law, God bless. Love you. And, keep rocking your podcast like you do with all the guys, because you guys are always doing fire podcasts, and I watch you guys even as much as possible. And even when I don't catch you live, I go back and watch all your videos, and I, share and retweet all your stuff on Twitter and things like that. So, you guys are family to me. You guys are like, God's family, and even though we're not the same blood and stuff, but I consider you family, because we're Cowboys family. So, much love, D. Lieutenant. Charles and Bosch and Jeff and Mike Fisher and all them guys. I love you guys. All of you guys are great. So keep doing your thing.
Daryl, you're a real one, man. God bless you, man. All right. So this will be the final call of the day, the 972. You're live. What's new?
Hey, Law.
Yeah, what's good with you, Chief? Willie D.
Yeah, man.
What's good with you,
I
man?
just got to say that I'm so proud of this defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
He done benched Jaden Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like him. I like him as a person. I like all the Cowboys as people.
Right.
But the players, they gotta step up. And another thing, Law, I seen some people in the chat last time when I was talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a lot of stuttering. I stuttered because I had a stroke last year. I'm glad to be alive, Jack. I'm glad to be alive to see these Cowboys play.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Get that out, boy.
And they
Yeah.
gone. They're gone. I'm still alive. These Cowboys still ticking. I'm still ticking. I love these Cowboys. I've been watching Cowboys since 1990.
Whew. Yeah.
I love the Cowboys, and I tell everybody, I would give my left nut to go out on the field and play 2 plays in the Super Bowl just so we can win it. That's how much a fan I am with the Cowboys. But James Smith, I do not like him. He sucked. He done got slow a little bit. It was a great story, but he gotta go. This defense is this the fucking linebacker core we got right now.
Yeah.
They hungry.
Yeah.
Michael Parsons said he wanted to play some football. He was slapping himself. Lying.
Yeah.
I'm so cool to see these Cowboys coming out Thursday night against the Buccaneers. But that's really the only thing I have to say. But man, Law, your show off the chain, man.
I'm gonna give you one of these, man. You're the dog for this one, man. You're a real one, man. Hey, thank God, man, you survived that stroke, man. And hey, you out here pumping, you wearing the silver and blue. You willing to give up your left nut so that the Cowboys can win a Super Bowl, can get out there to make a play. Hey, man, that's fantastic right there. Let's go, man. I really appreciate you, man. One love to you, Willie D. My goodness, man, you just don't know, man, what you brought to this show today, man. Appreciate you, man. God bless you, Fram.
Right
God
on,
bless
man.
you, man. Yeah, that's Willie D, man. Last caller of the show, man. And just remarkable testimony, man. I love when I hear those testimonies because there's somebody out there that needed to hear what Willie D had to say about this team and what's on his mind. And, man, hey, it is what it is, man. You know, people fail to realize, man, we just talking about a passion, a thing that we love, a thing that we want to see happen. Jerry Jones might have bought the team with his money, but we bought this team with our emotions, our feelings, our passion. You know? That goes hard, baby. Yeah. Willie D, yeah. All of those people, man, that called in today, man, it just does something unique to the soul, right? It just calls out to us, man. Yo, I had somebody approach me today, man, when we was at the Star. Law Nation, man, you the one that I listen to, man, when I'm down or I'm out, you know. Oh, man, that's Skywalker, man. Oh, my goodness, that's Boss Cowboy. That stuff is electric, Cowboy Nation. Oh, my goodness, man. It just, I love the fact that we are able to talk to you guys and give you guys our thoughts, our feelings, our opinions. And you guys share your thoughts and opinions and feelings. Man, it goes a long way, Cowboy Nation. From the fans all the way down to the trolls, you know. Oh, my goodness, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in and watch, man. Oh, my goodness. I'm just too crunk to even go, man. But I got to go. I've been live for your 4-hour episode, but I'll stay and talk to y'all all day. Shout out to you, the Lunatic, man. Appreciate you so much for your donation there, man.
All together now. How about them Cowboys?
How
DC
about them
4L.
Cowboys? DC for life. Yeah. Shout out to you, Toby. Appreciate you. Yeah, that did something for me right there, man. I'm ready.
Cowboys Nation, what great in this world. Go Cowboys.
Yeah. all day. The beat of my heart is crying Cowboys. Pledge my time to the nation. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get on out of here. Y'all be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go. When they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. Just like my dog, Vaj Lombardi, said, we're going to beat the S out of the Bucks, right? Just like the other caller said, they can't stop us. Just like Willie D, he's going to give up his left nut so the Cowboys can win that Super Bowl. Lift that Lombardi trophy up. Oh, my goodness. Just like all of the callers that called in to support the nation with their thoughts and their words. Woo, goes a long way. Just like Dallas Cowboys for life. And gave North for $50 of immunization to help elevate the nation, not just for himself, but for an individual who never had the chance nor the opportunity to go to the game. That is what family members about. Shout out to the lunatic. Oh my goodness. For doing his thing, helping this station out. Shout out to Tiff, shout out to Kelly. Yeah, appreciate you for making the donation. Shout out to everybody that's on the Facebook panel for dropping the stars and sprinkling some of that love over there and sharing this thing. Every time you share it on Facebook, I get a notification. Let me know that you're part of the share gang, the SGs out there. Shout out to everybody that joined the membership. Robert, Vance, and everybody else. I see you over there too, Marvin. Appreciate you. They say, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all of the things tardy and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you will simply, oh, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness, or body, or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grill, and besieged, and beset it, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, guess what? You will get it. Turn me up. I'm too crunk, ready for to put some pads on myself, baby. Come on. Come on.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah, come on. Turn me up, baby. Come on. Boy. Come on. Come on. It's doomsday, baby. Come on. Come on. Ooh, it just go crazy like that, Cowboy Nation. It goes crazy like that, man. I'm just too crunk to even go right now, man. I just got to go, though. But I'm just too crunk. I'm beyond my time. I said I'm going to jump in here for 30 minutes. This is the longest 30 minutes ever, you know? Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
ice cream. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the doorman just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a way till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really is ice cream. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. Jeez, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today.
Come on.
I get paid to stay away.
Hey.
I get paid on rainy days.
Come on.
I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, I ran up a check, I might do it again. Baby. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one,
if you have not liked this channel so far, tell them.
If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me.
If you're not subscribed to this channel,
add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me.
That was easy.
It's on me, or you matter what. Add it up.
Yeah.
Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Going back.
If you don't like Law Nation,
told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Yeah.
I do roll like a Mack truck. Cause you hard, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars,
come on,
I was cold,
shout out to y'all, man. Put that where you from.
I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low.
909, shout out to you. Let's go. Let's go get that win, baby. Come on.
I'm just doing me.
Just doing me, baby. Jerry.
I'm just doing me. Everything is on me.
Tell him.
No matter what. Told me if it's all me. Everything is on me. I got up. Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Love y'all. One love for the nation, baby. Without hesitations or deviations to the matter. We holding it down. No need to climb a ladder because we got this thing, baby. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Ho. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Come on. Shout out to you, Albert. Appreciate you for calling in. I believe that was you, right? It was you. Yeah. Come on.
Take a drink of my cigarette.
And we vibing, baby. Pull out the champagne bottles and the Hennessy. Come on. You grinding with the nation. Come on. Bruce, Mississippi. And you. Bama fan.
Don't let the street lights hit you.
Don't let it hit you. Shout out to all of the PlayStations out there. The players, the ballers, shot callers. Yeah.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your play it too?
Play the tune, baby.
I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
The lunatic spot out the go. Hawaii. Shout out to Waikiki. I see you.
And another one. And another one.
Marshall, Texas. DeMarcus 008.
7 wonders all in one.
Yeah. And we tell them.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous.
I play this song to mellow me out, you know. Shout out to you, Kelvin, Neil Weston, and Mary Gale on the Facebook board. Shout out to you, Adam. Joe, I see you, fam. Drew P.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
And remember,
Fly on.
you're listening to nothing but the best. Shout out to Jay Lombardi for kicking Philly out of the club. Philly, come on, man. Won't you lean forward just a little bit? Yeah, right there. Dallas, we running this thing. Don't you ever come in here with that nonsense. Let's play a tune for him. That's for the Philly fan that got kicked out of the club. May he rest in peace. Salute. We out.
You have to be your biggest fan. And
shout out to you,
they're really
Texas
tough
Rope.
and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going
Appreciate everybody for joining this stream. This stream was brought to you by The Game Day. The Game Day is a new sports and sports betting media company built for today's fans. Check out the link that's in the description box. Be sure to support the nation in that fashion for the latest sportsbook promos, betting tips, and expert picks and app reviews. Be sure to check out The Game Day.
have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you